So it's 3 a.m. and I'm editing the video, and I forgot to record this and put it before the audio when I was editing the audio, but we have a little audio issue with SB's microphone. I have no idea why. I try to make it so that the volume is moderately okay and the same at least, but other than that, enjoy!
And welcome all back to another episode of the Juicing Room Podcast, episode number 8. I am your first host, SP Borgard, and I'm eating a piece of cake, and I'm here with my other co-host.
I am aggro. I woke up very recently, took my dog for a walk, and made a breakfast sandwich. It's been a good day.
Oh yeah, it's been a great day. I beat up 2 pinatas for the fun of
Happy
it.
birthday, SB!
Yes, it is my birthday. I am old.
This will not
I'm
be
getting
posted
one-
on his birthday, otherwise we have to wait another year.
I'm getting one step closer to death. Ain't that funny?
Alrighty. So, it's been a while, but that's mostly because of classes and the very fact that the ever-present danger that is coronavirus has been just lovely with schedules.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love quarantine. It's been really helping me out. But the thing is, I'm finished college now, so fuck you, college. I survived.
No, you haven't finished it yet. Still got.
By the time this is out, I'll be finished. I have 5 days.
Watch you get to Monday and suddenly, oh no, oh you have this one thing you got to do. No.
Well, then we'll go to episode 9 and be like, yeah, guys, I fucked up.
All right, so
That was fun.
Shit. That was a noise. Oh, that was a noise that I just made.
I mean, what else would it be?
All right, so what is the first segment? We announced this in the last one, but what is our first segment?
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. No, our first segment is should you buy it or not?
We will be like examining old Taylormadeclips videos or just general Taylormadeclips videos, and I feel like after we run out of those, we should do other Barry content and like delve into it.
Yeah, that's fair. But we'll always have episodes because like each time we do one, there'll be like new ones that have come down.
Yeah, and
which came out.
And you like we'll and we're gonna just give our opinions, our examinations of the how it's made and what this stuff is behind it, and to say whether or not it's a good idea.
Oh yeah, totally.
But while in the process of planning for this segment, by the way, found out that at least 2 years of Taylormadeclips content had 20 videos of purely Barry content.
Hell yeah. And that's a fucking lot.
It is a lot. We're going to have to split these into sections. But for the first one, we're just going in order of oldest to newest, right?
Oh yeah, oldest newest, baby.
All right. So the first one is the wonderfully named, or the interestingly named I Feel Funny, which stars Beulah, a retired TMC actress. Honestly, I don't know much about her, and I don't think she's in any other content outside.
I think she's done a few bits of like episodes for TMC, but like not much else apart from that.
Interesting video.
Oh yeah.
Very.
Do you remember the hype? Do you remember the hype around this when it came out?
No, I do not, because I was A, not on the forums, and B, technologically inept. So please explain to us the hype.
Are you gonna say you were technologically retarded?
No, inept. If I was to that extent, I couldn't use a computer.
Okay.
I could use a computer. I wrote terrible stories, but no, I do not remember the hype around this. So please detail.
I do remember the hype. This clip was 8 months in the making.
Oh really?
And it all started from one forum post I forget which guy who it was, and he made the forum post. And he's like, "Oh, Taylor, why don't you make Blueberry clips? You know, you do all this other weird shit." And she was like, "Oh, I don't know how to do all that." And then someone was like, "Oh, use VFX and all that." And she's like, "Okay, I'll try that." And then she did that for 4 clips, and everybody was like, at first they were like, "Oh yeah, this is cool," and then they were like, "Oh fuck, there's no Sue. What the fuck?"
Yeah, like I have, I think, all 4 of the original clips, the original video effects clips.
It was Holly, Kimberly
Yeah,
Marvel, Mika
I
Tan,
might
and
not
Beulah.
have Kimberly. I need to check, but I do have Mika, Beulah, and Holly.
Yeah.
But I just blanked on the name for a second there. It's just what?
It's okay. We won't hold you accountable for it. Yes.
But I remember seeing this clip first, like for the first time, and being like, just seeing the preview clip for it and being like, this looks nice. Never got to see it till about a couple years later when I actually got it. It was interesting.
I remember as well as that, like, after those 4 kind of tease clips came out, someone eventually linked her to the Squeak Latex website in the actual suit. And of course, she bought it. And then the hype was real getting into that. Like, everybody was like, "This is gonna be so good. This is gonna be so good." And then the clip came out, and you know the usual, community reaction was, "This is mediocre."
I can sometimes slap my meat.
Occasionally, but the thing was, I think
it takes place in the same set as the teasing clip for Beulah does.
But the thing is, though, like a lot of people at the time when this clip came out, they said it was like meh, and they're like, "Oh, we wanted more suit action. We wanted to see more of the actual inflation instead of this tiny bit." And her just rummaging around in the suit.
I think there's a lot of pluses for this clip. The color change is pretty good. The makeup is good.
The color change in the makeup is actually done really well.
Yeah.
Like as I said before, like a lot of people said this clip was mad, but I actually think this is actually one of their better clips.
It is. The makeup is
in
good.
Context.
The color change is good. Yeah, with context. The lighting and audio is good. Basically, all of that is good. One downside
is actually a really good actress as well.
She is a good actress. The one downside is there is a lot of dialogue that is repeated and a lot of stuff that is just repeated. But other than that,
I suppose that is one of the things. That is one of the faults. That you can kind of see in a lot of the clips.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's really good. It was real. It's nice. It's pleasant. It's like it's a good clip. It's a good clip.
Like for a first attempt, it's a really good clip. First attempt.
It pioneered specifically how clips would be made in the future for TMC and how people went about like trying to find standards for it. Really, the big thing for me with this is the makeup's done well, the color change is done well, and it's a very good start. That just keeps going. It keeps going up. There are a few missteps here and there, but overall it keeps going up. After
I would say definitely the closest are Beulah herself. She's a great actress, great looking person. The suit itself she does a really good job of focusing on the suit and the actual different parts of it, and then the clip idea itself is pretty good.
Oh yeah, it uses audio from Wonka from the '71 movie, so it's kind of fun in that regard. I wonder if that counts as fair use or if they had to get a license for it. Because I want to be the license. Because if they got a license for it, I want to be the lawyer who's like looking at the paper and being like, "So you'd like to use it for pornography?" What?
Exactly.
It's just funny. It is funny to me just to think of all the stuff that went into this first one and how well it was done. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But we'll put it. What do you think? What do you think?
I would put it as solid. It's a solid third, like on the third tier, like an A. Oh, by the way, just for our tiers, we have F, E, D, C, A, S, and B because
blueberries.
Blueberries are the best.
We
it was his idea.
Yes, it is, and and it's great.
Makes us look like retards, but you know.
Sure,
we'll go with. So yeah, I would put this at the A tier. It's not a must buy, but it's definitely worth your money.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. I would agree. If not a somewhat between the two, you know, between A and S, because it's not, like terribly.
It's
terrible.
Not essential.
But
if you're buying it, you would get your money's worth.
Yeah, you would. It's well made. On to the next one, which I think has some of my. This one could definitely become a meme. The Holly one.
But the Holly one is
it's well done.
Really great.
It's also
one of the
hilarious.
greatest ones they've made.
Yeah. It's well done. It's also fucking hilarious.
It is actually hilarious.
Like
Holly is an amazing actress. Like
Holly is genuine. I would like to say she's just genuine.
She's genuine, but some of her squeals are like fucking hilarious.
Just want to do a super cut of just all the squeals. Like,
go ahead,
like in sequence right here, because it's so funny. Like, not a single actress could possibly could ever compare in that it's a B movie, not just like, and it's not just like, fetish pornography. It's B movie. It's a B movie.
What it means by that is that it's basically a meme. It's a joke.
Yeah.
But it's a great clip though. Like, it's for all the like.
Isn't it like a point of view? It's like their first like pseudo point of view, because Taylor's the one in the camera, operating it, and then talking to Holly and stuff, and then after that, Taylor just disappears.
Man, see,
which is hilarious.
Just yeets herself out of the camera. Yeet.
Like, oh, here, take suit, gum, bye.
See you later, bitch.
Bye.
No. I think one of the best things Holly does is she's able, like, through even those squeals and like her acting, she's able to show the fear.
Yeah.
That you would have.
One of the things too is the suit. They don't traditionally inflate the suit for a good portion of the clip. I think they use something else to like just add a stomach.
Yeah.
Before they do.
That also looks really good.
It does. It's like one of my favorite things about this.
I wish they incorporated that into more clips.
Yeah, because it wasn't just really good. It was kind of like it's ingenious because it allows for more diverse usage of the suit and stuff. And they have the top for this suit, so they still could do theoretically the belly. They just can't do lower angle shots with it.
They could even possibly do it with the breasts, even if you wanted to like try it.
Yeah, and it would be like just do it slowly. You don't have to do it like It's really it's a nice clip. The color change for this one is something I find very well done.
Oh, it's astounding. It's
it
really,
is.
really well done.
And I know exactly how they did it so well, which is I know precisely how they did it. The wig tied with the background during the color change allowed for a clean looking transition. If they had used like a white background or another colored background, the transition wouldn't have looked as clean because you'd see the outlines of the color change. But since they didn't, use another color, it worked well, and that's something that's very very well done.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then the makeup afterwards works well with it.
Yeah, it's solid. And plus, like this was like another one where I was like, you get like sort of like a proper full round. You got to see the full potential of the suit. Yeah. I think that's what like really made the fans happy. Like this one, I remember when people were talking about this on PlayChan back when that existed.
This was one of my favorite clips.
Yeah, it still is. This is still one of my favorite clips to this day. Like it is still up there as one of the top ones 8 years later.
And it's I think the final scene where Holly is slowly absorbed by it is a very well worked scene too.
Yeah, that one's a great one.
Yeah, it's great. Tier list. Where would you put it? And
I would put this as an A. I want to put it as a B. I want to put it as a B so badly, but
why can't you? I want to put it as a B.
B B B B B B B B B B B B B B.
Okay, fine. We'll put it as a B. Just
we can put it as a B.
The reason why I said I was gonna put it an A was because when you think of like all the other clips that have come out that have had really good acting, that's
all right. But we can still adjust the tier stuff.
Yeah.
Afterward. Also,
for the moment, I put it in a B.
Also, side note. You're gonna probably have to make the picture of the tier list for each each clip review.
Yeah, we'll put it at the end. We'll put it at the end.
And then
at the end of the segment. So
yeah, but it's a good clip. So it's a hidden gem, or of an old.
I wouldn't say it's a hidden gem. I think enough people know how good this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a must buy. Must buy. No questions asked.
One of my favorite early ones is our next one. One of my favorite early ones, and that is Kiara Mia's.
Yeah. For the longest time, I will say this. For the longest time, this was the best clip. Period.
For a while.
For I would say till around maybe 2016, 2017, so like good 4 or 5 years. This was the best clip.
Yeah, it was probably around till 2016 because that was when the first Jenna one came out.
Fucking spoilers.
You could find this on the what? It's not spoilers. This is just things.
Well, we're not talking about other episodes. We're talking about this.
I know. We're not going to rate them.
Okay, we're focusing on Kiara Mia.
This is the second one that used the stomach thing, which it uses it a lot more. This is also a really fun one, just to find out all the history and the stuff.
Oh my god, the background shit behind this is just like.
Apparently, Kiara Mia is claustrophobic.
She's claustrophobic and she was terrified. Like when you hear the screams and crying in this clip, it is like her actual cries.
I didn't know that. That kind of makes it weirder to watch for me because I don't know if I like scared berries as much. But
that's up my alley. I love that shit.
It's hilarious because it could be it's not. First off, it's not technically you could upload this to a website and have it not be porn.
Totally.
It's just a fun video to watch beyond the kink, but it's also a good kink video because it's it hits all the beats, and it uses the same things as the Holly clip from before, but adds to them. So
so she actually gets
good.
a lot bigger. Like the top actually bursts off of this one, and this was the first time. Like,
yeah, that was a good addition. That was a really good addition, and I like how they did that.
I mean, like the first part when you see Kiara Mia walk in, it's like, oh my god, holy shit, damn, this woman's good looking. That's like the first thing.
This was like one of the first times I'd ever like actually fully understood that this was a porn site. Because when I was young, when I was like first into it.
Oh, so big titties do not equal porn.
No, I didn't go into the site looking for it like as porn. I was just like, this is just a website, or these are just clips I find on Dailymotion, preview clips, because that was what they used to do. Yeah, and I was just like, wow, this is on Dailymotion. This is right up my alley. I didn't realize that Kiara Mia was a porn star until I looked up her name, and then like 90% of the sites were porn. And then I immediately was like, I should definitely not look this up where I am right now, and I didn't.
We'll see.
But it was interesting because Kiara is a genuinely very good actress.
She's amazing in this clip. She is fucking amazing.
But in the clip, she's great.
Even Taylor herself, for a small part she plays in this, is pretty good as well. Yeah,
and then there's the stomach piece, which I like a lot because it's like angled to be a little bigger, and like the color change is very well done.
The color change is actually amazing in this one.
It is, because it just goes straight into the makeup, and I don't know, you can't tell that it's transitioned into it. It's very interesting. It's very well done. Lighting's great. That's one of the big things for me is good lighting makes or breaks a film of any kind. If the lighting sucks, the film sucks.
Look, the 05 scene. The lighting fucked that up completely.
I thought that was good lighting just because it was a good, like, it was built in that scene. That's an example of good lighting. Bad light, like in my eyes, bad lighting is if you're trying to convey like a creepy aesthetic, and it's not just bright as shit, but like you can, it's not like Midsummer bright where it's like an eerie brightness. It's just bright as shit, and you can't, and you know exactly, it's not. Bad lighting's terrible. Okay. And it's all dependent upon the scene and what your tastes are as well. Because like, yeah. But other than that, no, it's got great lighting. It's got a great design. It's got great makeup. I feel bad for Kiara.
You genuinely feel bad for her. Like you kind of watch her, you're like, haha, that was good, and you're like, oh fuck, I feel bad for this woman.
Sad fap.
I remember a lot of people on the channel when they were posts about that were like, oh shit, I feel bad for her.
It was just and to be fair, it was very phenomenal that Taylor got Kiara, because Kiara is a very high, I think, highly paid, very expensive porn star to get to do work for your studio. So there are a lot of models that are hard to get.
So yeah, you gotta give props to her on that for sure.
Yeah, that was. I do want to know. There are some stuff that I would love to know, like how certain models came to Taylor, or how certain models got on. But this one, the Kiara is she's wonderful in this clip, and this is if not a B tier, an S tier.
Oh, this is a B tier. This is a must buy.
Yeah, because it's well done.
Yeah, this is right up there. Like this is the one where it's like, okay, I need to buy this. I need it. It's like that bit in SpongeBob. It's like, I need it.
I'm gonna have to do. I've been waiting to do something like that with that clip for so long.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I 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 need it!
Yeah, well, there you go.
Alrighty. On to the next one, which I think isn't the worst, clip ever, but it's not the greatest.
It kind of feels, and this is the one that has mass in it, and it kind of see it's really hard because you go from like great actresses like Holly and Kira Maria, like really high, like amazing great actresses, and you go to Mass, and it's just like it kind of feels a bit like a drop down. Like in terms of the
it's
acting,
the weakest of these 5.
yeah,
I
it's the
would say.
weakest of the 5.
Like
The acting is like it's not the best. It's okay, but it's not the best. But
to me,
the suit in this is the best out of all of them.
it's the most impressive thing they do for a while.
Yeah. At
it
this
gets
time,
big.
yeah, it gets fucking gigantic.
I think the goal of this clip wasn't necessarily to showcase acting and the allure of it, but rather showcase size and make it attractive to be larger.
Let's see how big we can get this fucker.
It's thematically a retribution or a deserved fate sort of thing. Because
that's I think the fact is how big the suit is its UPS, its unique selling point, USB.
Oh really? Because here's
the unique selling point.
Yeah, and then here's the thing: the story of the clip, because the stories of the other clips were essentially, Beulah she's a worker for Wonga Corp. Holly and Kiara were getting
shooting
ready
clips.
to shoot. Yeah, we're shooting clips. This is what you got to do. This one is one of the first ones. It's like after Beulah,
has a story driven,
and it's fun to work with, and it's fun. It's an interesting story. Acting is a little but the story's fine. And the reason why the inflation occurs is because of it's basically her getting retribution from the universe for her obsession and disobeying her, I think, mother in the clip.
Her mother.
If that's
she is like obsessed with Violet. She's obsessed with the character,
which is a hilarious prophecy.
You become what you desire the most,
which is just hilarious. I will say it's not the acting is funny.
It's not bad.
No,
it's not like to the point where it's like, okay,
there's
I'm
some
going
bad
to put this on
acting in
mute.
all clips you will ever see. Bad acting, and that can come from a number of sources I won't get into. But bad acting, this isn't terrible. It's funny. If you can watch it and enjoy it, that's great.
You're not going to put it on mute. Put it that way.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, there's a lot of movement. It's a clip that's really like just moving and stuff. I think they tried something new and it worked pretty well with what they had. I do want to say the final shape of the suit is one of a ripe blueberry, which is kind of
totally
interesting.
It's interesting. It is great though. Like those final bits of like that clip are like insane to watch.
It is, and I honestly, when I first watched this, I was honestly like anticipating for the suit to actually explode.
Oh yeah, it's
like in one clip, I think it actually does, but this clip in particular, doesn't.
there is a few clips where, actually not a few. There is one clip in particular that
I know of the one, yeah. But it's just, it gets huge. I think also the model's really tall, too. I believe he's an Amazon model, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, I'm
for
not
those
sure.
Let me check. Let me just click the link. But for those who aren't aware, Amazon models are models that are very tall, because in ancient times, Amazon meant tall woman.
And there has been a few women like that could be described as that in these clips.
Yeah, absolutely. Helena was definitely one. She's like massively tall. Yeah. Sablik is tall and slender too.
Yeah.
He could be classed as an Amazon and something else. I don't know what else. What else she would be classed as in these terminologies.
That's why she's a great actress.
Yeah. Sablik is just has a diverse portfolio of work too.
Oh yeah, totally. But
we'll
that's for another episode.
Yeah, but this episode, this specific video, I think this was the first clip I ever actually got. Ever. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember because a large portion of my life I have violently suppressed.
All right, there, Downey.
No,
that's gonna mean something else.
But
I need Downey in the press, not like.
Yeah, you don't need to explain it. We get it.
Yeah. You never know. Some people take this out of context.
Yeah, but this isn't terrible. I put it at A, solid A.
See, I'm gonna be a bit more harsher. I'm gonna say it's a C. It's average.
That's fair. Yeah, actually, you know what? C's fine for that one.
Yeah, I would say it's an average clip.
Yeah, it's not essential. It's impressive.
No,
but it's not essential.
It's impressive, but eventually, like in later clips, you will see the suit get to that size again. So
yeah,
and
the feat is impressive after a while, but it's still good.
Yeah. But at the time, it was impressive. Like a lot of people were like,
they're like, "Whoa, my dick is rock."
Oh, okay, then I guess we're going that well.
No, people could. I think I remember discussions on this one. I don't remember where.
Inflate-chan. Inflate-chan.
I wasn't on Inflate-chan. I didn't know how to navigate any Chan boards when I was younger.
Yeah, well, you're stupid.
I just recently figured out how to navigate a Chan board. And I hate it. I hate knowing exactly how to navigate one. But I had to for sociological reasons. It's not an essential clip. It's impressive for the time, and it's got a nice story. It's not terrible.
You want to buy it, go for it, but like, that's not essential.
I think we have 2 clips like that in this set.
Well, see, yeah, but the thing is, like, Beulah's is higher. Beulah's
I'm not talking about Beulah's. I'm trying to segue into the next one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Beulah's that's not terrible. That one's great.
Yeah,
and it's not. And this next one isn't terrible. It's just kind of interesting. Is the word for it?
It's fine. Like,
it's fine. That's a word for it. Yeah. I'm not much of a person who likes JOI or POV, masturbation videos like this, or teases like this. It's not my thing when it comes to this content. It's well made for what it is. I think they shot this one the same time as the other one. I mean, they had to, you know.
Well, obviously they obviously shot all 3 of Holly's clips from this scene together, obviously.
Yeah, and then there was that third one. When did that release? Holy shit!
I think that came out like 2013.
Let me see.
And then there was the one involving the balloon, which will also include.
It did come out in 2013. How? Jeez. We'll get to that one next episode, but this one, it's an interesting clip.
I still think it's a good clip. Like I would still like the storyline is obviously it's like, oh, take this gum and become a blueberry just like me. It's like not what I'm interested in, but for people that are interested in, I think it's good because, as we said, Holly is a great actress. You know, to me at least, she's able to convince the message.
My thing too about this one is it's a good introduction somewhat into how to tease for this kink, how you could possibly go about doing it if you're not familiar with it and then get comfortable with it. The angles on this one are well done. There's a diversity of angles. There's from below, there's from the sides, there's close-ups for far away. It's it's okay. It's
Yeah, I would put this at like a solid B tier.
solid.
Not B, sorry, not B tier, sir. A solid A tier.
Yeah,
I'd
if
put
not
this
A,
right,
if
right
not A,
beside
a
Beyond.
C.
I would
If
put
not
this
A, a
beside
C.
Beyond.
Yeah, it's nice. Makeup's good.
Oh yeah, and the suit looks great as well.
Yeah, it's nice. Like the thing that really gets me about this one is the makeup matches the suit. That's
Yeah.
something that's key whenever you're trying to convey a fantasy, and you want to do it well. You either have to match it or you have to make it up for it somewhere else, and that's kind of a challenge. I've heard from other people who make Barry content. But overall, this is a good clip. It's not a god tier clip because that's hard.
It's not like a
it's
high
not that's hard.
demigod.
Yeah, it's hard to do with this kink
demigod
anyway.
tiers.
Yeah, it's hard to do with this kink anyways. It's just not the easiest thing to get to that level.
Good
But it's a
first
good
attempt, though.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, so I guess that concludes our first segment of, should you buy it? So we have two
Hopefully
like
nothing
essentials.
terrible happens because of this.
If this episode is no longer available, you know why.
The lost episode number 8. We got fucked. The mafia came and knocked down our doors. No,
Yeah.
but
so yeah, we essentially have 2 buy it now, 2 essential clips, and 3, okay clips. If you want to buy them, go for it. They're great clips, but you don't need to buy them.
Enjoy, as Johnny Depp Wonka would say.
Now, good. You've been fucking begging us for 8 episodes. Now we deliver. Okay, you happy now? Are you
We'll
fucking happy
never
now?
do this again. Okay,
No,
we have to. We've committed. Oh,
yeah, we've
fuck.
committed. We have to go through every single one now. Except the
other
males,
than
'cause
that,
those are shit.
yeah. Other than that, that was fun. Now we have to move on. We can't do all of it in one session.
Can I tell you one more thing?
Yeah. If this is a Grandpa Joe joke.
You know the type of cunt who would actually buy a male inflation clip? Grandpa Joe.
No, he
What a
wouldn't. He'd just punch someone.
Also, we'd also like to make a quick announcement that the 05 Grandpa Joe is a saint, and he suffers from PTSD from. He has Vietnam flashbacks throughout the movie, and he's a saint, and he will be praised. 71 Grandpa Joe, he can go fuck himself. He's a bastard, and he hates children, and he eats babies.
Don't do Jack Albertson like that. He doesn't eat babies.
Yes, he does. He eats babies.
No,
Why do you think he's dead? And he'll steal your kid's golden ticket as well.
He'll steal your Legos.
He'll steal your Legos. He will steal your baby's ice cream after leeching off his own children.
Alrighty. Well, our next segment is our artist of the episode.
Yeah.
It is Candii Kayn.
Yes. I fucking love this artist. I fucking love it. Yes. Last episode I was talking about how I'm hoping that we get like new and upcoming artists, and this is it. This hits all my fucking checkpoints. This hits everything for me.
The one thing that the only thing I'm not really a fan of, but it's kind of funny, is their fruit head photos. They're just memes. They're funny to me. Other than that, they're all great.
Yes, I fucking love this artist. I fucking love them. This is proper content right here. Oh man, this shit gets me excited because if we keep getting new artists like K-Day, K19, this is gonna be great. I love this shit.
And I wanna point out that they have a diversity of content. They have everything from recolors to
full body morphs.
Yeah, it's all great. It's all great. I highly like it. I've
And they do,
watched their
like-
content since early on, and so I know some of the stuff they've made.
And they do like a lot of like different fruits. It's not just berry, and it's even like non-fruit stuff as well.
They do Tangelo.
Yeah, wherever the fuck that is.
It's like an orange. It's like, you know, those mandarin oranges or whatever that you can peel the skin off of. They're like those, but huge.
I mean, yeah,
Like-
I mean, like some of the best morphs they've done one of Black Widow, they've done one of Alexandria Daddario.
I like their
done
one of Margot Robbie on the beach.
Yeah, they've done Pokemon. You know, if you're
That
into
one's a
that.
great one too.
Mm.
A lot of the
They've
full
done
body
Bryce
morphs are
Howard as
great.
well,
Bryce Dallas Howard, yeah, that one, the public embarrassment one.
and they've done one as Daisy Ridley as Ray, which is just the costume alone is fucking amazing.
It's very well worked with the costume, yeah.
It's very much along the style that myself and Jingle use. So if you
Yeah.
like our style, then you'll love Kandii Kayn 19.
Yeah,
Top bloke.
I like a lot of their work. I like a lot.
Mm.
The fruit heads are the things that put me off because they stare into my soul. But that's just no shame there. It's just funny. They're funny to me.
They stare into my soul.
They do. I
It's like
can't
that
avoid
bit- it's
them.
like that-
Oh god, they're
Like that
everywhere.
bit in it's like that bit in the fucking Exorcist where your one turns her head around. Stare into my soul.
Oh god, that'd be funny as shit. But it's well done stuff, all of it. Even like the fruit heads, which the fruit heads, they're well done. It's just they're all great, and I like their work. There's just a ton of good stuff that you can find in this. Highly recommend.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Totally would recommend. You know, give them a watch, give them
10 out of
favorites.
10.
You know,
Get you a good old.
request.
Let's get a
Does they have
clap.
requests?
Let's get a clap in the chat.
Yeah, clap for a chat for the boys. Yeah.
Oh, there's
More
KDK.
more artists like this, please step up.
yeah.
And our community will be in safe hands.
Yeah, we got Candii Kayn makes a lot of great morphs, and you should all give them a follow.
Yeah. If you don't, you're a cunt like Grandpa Joe. 71.
Nah, that's just me. No one can match his demonic energy.
Of course not. But you can't be like Grandpa Joe 05 and a saint and follow Kandii Kayn 19.
Indeed.
That man had Vietnam flashbacks. He needs that money. Let's help him out through this trying time.
Indeed. Alrighty. Well, that was fun. Our
He
next
bought
segment.
Charlie a chocolate bar of his own money, and he didn't even fucking want any of the chocolate. He was like, "Here you go, Charlie. You can have this chocolate."
God, I have major
Fuck that
chocolate
charity,
up in
though.
the refrigerator.
Fuck that Charlie though. He's a Jesus wannabe.
But other than that, that was artist of the episode. Excuse me.
Oh, fucking yawn in our podcast. This is professional, damn it.
Our next segment is our interview. We hope you enjoy it.
Hopefully.
Yep. And welcome to the interview portion of the podcast. Today we have our lovely guest, KinkyUtterances, content creator extraordinaire.
Hello.
How
I am one of three.
one a tree.
Holy crap, we got a trinity.
We do. We call it a triumvirate because
Ooh.
we're real nerdy.
One of us. One of us.
Oh, unless it makes more than three people, and then you're not one of us.
Alrighty, then it's a tetrad.
I don't even know what the word means, but I'll go.
It's just 4. Alrighty, so do you want to ask the first question, SB, or do you want me to?
Yeah, sure. I suppose, in terms of like all these different fetishes that you do in your audios, what kind of got you into like your kinks, essentially?
Well, I don't want to say I'm a grizzled ancient, but I've been around for a while on in this community, kind of laying low. I was a lurker for a really long time, but I got into this from TG content. I don't know, you've
fair.
probably seen there's a lot of TG content in the audios we do. That's one of our most requested stuff on our Patreon, and then also from people that commission us, that and furry and anthro stuff. Yeah, pretty much got in through that, and then kind of expanded out and get it. No, I'm sorry. Into pretty much anything. There's only a handful of things we don't do, like, but everything from inflation to bimbo to inanimate objects, TG, like I said, and all kinds of everything in between, really. We've got my wife Calliope and our good friend Areli.
Nice.
I'll do a script, and they'll well, because of COVID, she doesn't come over anymore, but Areli's got her own setup now, a sound booth in her basement, and she records stuff, and I'm in a Discord call with her, and I tell her to do it better or
do a better job.
Yeah, do that line better.
Do it better or you get no apples. But all right, so what is your process? Like, how do you go about, like, from start to finish? I don't want you to go like into too deep in the details, because that might, take ages, and I know everyone's got a schedule. But and it's not boring, but it's more like it's just so like from start to finish, how does it go from concept to Patreon distribution or content distribution?
Sure. It's pretty simple. I usually just kind of either get inspired. I follow probably over 200 artists on Twitter, and most of them do some kind of fetish content, and a lot of people on Fur Affinity or DeviantArt and other places, and
wide range of platforms.
Just trying to get sort of everybody's stuff. As I'm a vacuum for all this stuff, so I'm just trying to get as much as I can from as many folks online. And then I'm either inspired, or someone will commission me to do something, and we'll have a conversation about what they're looking for. I'll either draft a script, or if they feel inclined to do it themselves, that's fine too. And then we kind of hammer out the details in that, and then we get to recording. We're kind of in the process of transitioning to a little bit more of a, I don't want to use the word professional, but just a better way of doing it. That
a more streamlined would it be?
I feel like the way that we've been doing it is kind of just flying by the seat of our pants with regards to, like, we'll have say the script is done, and the customer or whoever is requesting an audio will like the script, and when we've recorded it, they don't hear any of it until it's finished, unless they're in a Discord call with us or something while we're recording it, because some of our patrons can follow us and do that kind of thing too. They can listen in while we record. But most of the time it goes from written word to the final product without a whole lot of in between input from the customers or from requesters. And I'm trying to find a way to change that a little bit without being too without having, it's a lot of goofy stuff that I didn't have just out there.
It's a start thing, because
because when it comes to actually, like, putting in the sound effects and editing the audio together, I pretty much do that all at once. Like, I don't have too many, like, save states in between start to finish when it actually gets to audition.
I understand that. The minute I start doing the audio, if I don't finish it in the day, I keep the program open, even if I save it, because I'm like, I'm gonna forget, and I'm not gonna do it.
That's exactly what I do. I don't. Yeah, I'm bad with Audition. It's what I'm using. I've used it since I started, I'm not still very competent with the program. I'm not by trade a person that works with audio. This is totally like a hobby.
I get that.
Exploring. Yeah. And I'm always trying to learn more stuff. So if anybody knows what they're doing, please God help me.
I would recommend testing out different programs too for different things. The one I use for this specifically is NCH, and I use the trial version, which all you have to do, or like the free version.
There.
I mean, at this point, we're not making money off of it, so it's not illegal.
Nobody pays for WinRAR. It's okay.
Anyone who pays for WinRAR is a simp for
They're a
Windows.
silly goose. They are
Wait,
silly
did you
goose.
just call anyone who pays for Windows a simp?
No, WinRAR, the zip
Yeah,
file
because you called
thing.
them a simp.
Yes.
They're a simp
Fucking
for
WinRAR.
Bill Gates.
You're a simp.
For fucking yeah. I have two RAR opening programs, and
You're a simp for abiding by the law.
but like no, it's interesting because sound editing is a person dependent thing. Like I used to make music, very specific, like beat music, like beeping music, and I had this whole setup that pretty much almost crashed my computer with how elaborate and stupid it was.
I can just imagine you're trying to work on it and your computer just fucking blows up.
It's like you can hear it wheezing. That's how bad it was. So
It's like
believe
an
me,
old man on a
if your sound equipment is not in some ways patchwork, you're doing something wrong.
Oh god.
But yeah, so you've been a lurker for a while. You've done this. What made you decide to do audio based stuff?
Well, a few other folks that I followed for I'd say a couple of years before I even started doing anything. Had done audio, and I really like the audio aspect of a TF. I think it's probably one of the least explored aspects because most of the time people aren't making animations because it's extremely time consuming.
I'd agree. Yeah.
So
sound.
yeah, most of the time it's sequential art or a comic or something like that, and there's obviously no audio with that, and it's something that I think can be the most immersive part of a piece of transformation media. If it's a poof TF, what's the worst part of the poof TF? You don't get to see or hear any of it. So one of the things I wanted to do with Kinky Utterances was explore that part of it that I think doesn't get enough love, because I think there's some absolutely amazing artists that can draw and animate, and there just is not that there's just not that large number of equally talented folks doing sound. Yeah,
it's almost
just
like a gap.
There was like, if I remember correctly, the only two prior to like recent years, your stuff, and I think like one other like person prior to you guys starting, there was like maybe 3 audio transformations on like clips for sale that you could find maybe if you looked hard enough. I could probably find them like right now. They're still up, but like they were rarities because
and they're usually narrated. It's like a someone guiding you through a transformation.
It's like a story time or something like that.
It's like a tutorial.
Yeah. This is what's happening to you right now. It's like, okay.
It's like, oh, okay, fine then.
Yeah,
take away all my fucking like
agency.
I want to do. Yeah, my agency.
My mind is now no longer imagining.
I've lost all my creative juices. Wink, wink.
It's funny.
I feel like they did their job then, yeah. All your juice. They spent all your. Yeah, I'm sorry, that was gross.
No, it's fine.
Waver and Princess Lil and Liz X 2016, and I apologize, I probably just butchered your name, Liz. They've been making some really great stuff, and I always feel challenged by Princess Lil's work ethic, because she is a baller when it comes to audio stuff. She releases a lot, and Waver is great at editing sound. I love the sound effects that they can do, and I feel like I'm always challenged by the other people. It's a kind of a small group, and it's like competitive a little bit in a way. I don't know, it might not feel competitive to them, but I'm a competitive person, so
it's the friendly competition as opposed to like
it is friendly,
because like there's no reason to compete to like destroy each other in this kind of a niche community. Of course
not. I want every other artist to succeed. I want every artist to succeed.
Yeah, obviously, because like because otherwise like both the content and like the people who want to consume it suffer. Like we've seen like that kind of competitive thing happen with various communities over the years, where it grows from, or like it didn't even grow into it. It just started out as like a antagonistic thing.
Yeah,
And-
like you have little factions, and it's poisonous.
Yeah.
I much prefer it the way that it is, at least how it appears to be from my. Like I said, I follow a lot of artists on Twitter, but I mostly am there for the art. I don't necessarily follow any of the drama that some people
Oh God,
inject
yeah.
into their Twitters, and that's their prerogative to do that. But
Yeah.
I like, and at least how it appears in my community, that there doesn't appear to be too many of those little factions and people taking snipes at each other and stuff. It doesn't seem, everyone seems to be generally positive.
It's almost like a Fortnite game on there. It's just a bunch of factions just shooting at each other.
Yeah, that's just Twitter in general. But
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
when you get into like subgroups and stuff like that for different fetishes, I imagine it's pretty. I've seen it be pretty toxic in other places, but TF,
It
it's
can,
generally.
yeah, it can, and the thing that I think differentiates this specific kink from other kinks is that the proclivity towards drama tends to sway in the way of we just don't want to stir shit anymore.
Yeah, I'm here for the porn. I'm not here for your drama.
Yeah,
Exactly,
and
this does not amuse me. This does not please me.
And a lot of people who want to maintain a sort of division or a drama thing tend to do so because it maintains relevance and maintains positional authority or reverence, and that's just not good. That just hurts people.
Yeah,
that's not the point.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the point.
But so audio.
Come for your feelings. I came for porn.
So audio creation is kind of like it's just as elaborate as video creation, but it's a completely different way. You have to create a soundscape as opposed to like a a landscape or a frame.
You do, yeah.
So when you're creating audio, do you like envision the room that it's going on in, or what's happening, or do you just envision the scenario itself and then build out from it?
When I started out, I was a little too ambitious with certain projects, and I started like, oh, it's a very busy beach on like a Saturday. There's thousands of people around, so I'll just go find some really busy beach ambiance somehow. I'll buy a clip, or I'll find some royalty-free stuff, and I'll find some. I'll get a couple of different voices from some friends. It was ridiculous. I way overestimated my ability to coordinate hundreds of different sort of factors when building an audio. But I think I've gotten to a point where I can pretty much build the scenario and know right off the bat if it's feasible. And it's like, okay, so it's in a house. There's two characters, or maybe even a third character, or there's a third voice because a character turns into another character or something. And that house is going to sound like this. So I'll have that, as an ambiance track and stuff like that. And then I have all the goofy, squishy, crunchy sound effects and stuff that I have planned. And then the vocal tracks. And then, if I want to add any like reverb to make the sound a little more echoey, if it's like, for instance, an audio that I'm working on this weekend for Blueberry stuff, it's in like a big sort of, it's like a laboratory warehousey sort of big empty space. So there's going to be a little bit more echoey sounds and beeps and boops and stuff like that. So I have fun making that part of it. But the hard part is when I don't have a sound effect, and then I got to hunt it down or buy a bunch of sound effects to make a new one. And because I don't have the Foley in my house necessary to make some of the stuff that I need to create. Like, you wouldn't believe how hard it is to make a breast expansion sound effect. That doesn't just sound like balloons inflating or stretching rubber. Like, it's actually kind of a pain in the butt.
I should just get one to jam and just start punching it or something.
Well, yeah, there's lots of squishy ways to do it.
Yeah.
I would say that, like, also, just from my experience of like adding sound effects to clips I've commissioned from like different creators, one of whom like I showed and they're like, yeah, that's great. I'm like, finding ambient noises or noises that match what you're trying to emulate is impossible, especially if you're on a tight budget. If you don't have the necessary resources to do so, you have to get creative. You have to get very creative very fast.
Yeah. Well, that's what breeds creativity is
Oh,
the-
absolutely.
the lack of tools. So
Constraint, yeah.
yeah,
when you're put in those situations, you're kind of like you have to get the creative juices going.
You're trapped on an island. You got to get off. What do? I build boat.
Me human build.
is it a sexy boat? You said you're trying to get off, not get off the island.
Yes, it has massive knockers.
Bro, that's a sexy boat.
Hey, at least the boat will float.
I get home and just people are like, "What the fuck is that? It looks like a massive pair of tits."
See,
There's a man on those tits.
They float.
What a lucky bastard.
You'll float too.
Oh jeez. I actually speaking of Pennywise, Aurelie has a character that I don't know if anybody follows us would I don't know. She does a character called Mischievous. It's like Mischievous or Chivous or whatever is the name.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then she's like a sort of an evil inflation punishing clown.
God, I love those ideas. I have an
Turns-
entire race of OCs based off of that.
Oh yeah.
He has like a little My Little Nation.
Like they're evil demon clowns that just torture people. That's it. That's all they do.
It's like a killer clown from outer space thing when we were
Yeah,
pitching the idea, and Aurelie was all in. She's like, "Yes, she wants to do like a cosplay for her own character that she has."
Now that sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah, she has a great time doing the character itself. You should see. I wish that we were able to take a video of her being really like she's really animated when she's doing this character too. She just has a ball.
Yeah, that sounds really fun.
It is fun. Because if it's not fun, why do it? You know.
Oh yeah, of course.
If it's a pain in the butt, I wouldn't be doing it for a couple of years now.
Because like when somebody really gets into character, that's when it really starts getting passionate. Like when somebody has a drive to do it, you can tell when someone's phoning it in and just going there for like the
to get it done.
Yeah,
exactly.
Whereas the people who have a passion for it,
yep,
like it's just you gotta have passion.
Oh yeah, if you don't got passion and you're not getting paid, there's no point.
Yeah, you just have a dead hobby.
Exactly.
Oh my god, like the amount of and also when you're creating content like this, where it's I wouldn't say serialized, but it's like linear, where you have to produce another like you have to produce episodes or like stuff for people.
Something that's almost very time consuming. I'm assuming.
Yeah, you have to have a drive for it. You have to want to keep doing it. Also, don't stress yourself. Don't do more than you can handle, but obviously enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
I
mean, you're totally right. I think if anybody was to get started out, like if they're just like me for a long time, where you're just lurking, you're just sort of, I guess I hate saying consuming content because it feels so gross to say it like that. I don't know. It feels weird.
It feels robotic and capitalist.
I mean, it feels very like corporate speak. I don't like it. It's like calling you a It's just I don't like consumer as a I don't like producer or consumer as I just don't like those terms because they feel
the term creator.
They feel inhuman.
It's almost like you're the Riddler from Batman, where he has the thing on his head and he's just consuming all the information from the TV. It's like I'm consuming all this content, all these ideas.
Oh, from the movie. I'm like thinking like when did he ever have a thing on his head besides a bowler hat? But yeah, you're right. I forgot that Jim Carrey was the Riddler. Thanks for reminding me, by the way.
Hey, everybody needs to be reminded about that. That's a great.
Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey were the same character.
Oh
they
my
both
God.
would be the Joker.
They were both the same guy in that movie. That was so weird.
But honestly, it was. Honestly, I think the big kind of takeaway when you make content is, and I know that's still cold as shit, is that you have to have a drive for it, because at that point it's no longer content. It's a work of like passion and like love.
Yeah. Well, I have an artist family member of mine, and one of the things that he always told me when I was younger, and I draw, but not enough anymore to kind of keep up my craft. So I just sort of gave up trying to do it as a more than just sort of a hobby or whatever. But he always told me that if you're just doing if you're doing something that you're good at, like I'm not gonna do the Joker quote that never do it for free. What I mean is that like he was very much in tune with that. Like, don't just do it for money. Like, do it because you want to do it, because it's something that you look forward to doing. If you're a looker for a long time, you want to start something out and you have like something you like to do. One thing that I've seen a lot of new creators is they go all in on trying to create a business platform to make a job out of it. I would say take a longer term approach. Try to hone your craft as an artist on your own terms. Don't try to let just sort of the internet help drive you to what they want you to make, because then you're not creating something for yourself anymore. You're creating something for someone else, and it's really hard to be motivated when your heart's not in it.
I'll tell you, when I first started sculpting, because I sculpt with like polymer clay, I was like 10, so obviously selling shit wasn't going to be viable. So I had time to focus on it. Now when you're older, you feel like, oh, I can't focus on it. No, you absolutely can. You just got to find the time for it. And if you don't have the time, then do it whenever you can, whenever possible. Like,
well, I mean, like, considering what's going on, we have all the fucking time in the world.
Yeah, if you're not an essential worker, even if you are, I'm sure you have at least some 5-minute downtime now. Hopefully,
I'm about to be a dad, so I'm about to have no time. I don't know what I'm going to do with Kinky Utterances. This might be the last time y'all hear from me.
20 years later, I'm still around.
I'm still here, guys.
I'm still using this old software. I don't know how to do anything new.
But the big thing is, like, not just you have to hone your craft. You have to, before you start wielding your sword, you have to learn how to swing it. Before you start hammering, like before you start building houses, you have to learn how to hammer a fucking nail.
Yeah, before you run, you have to learn how to crawl, or else you're just gonna keep falling over, and it's gonna be pretty funny.
It is gonna be funny. People filming babies falling over.
I mean, it may make us sound like sadistic bastards, but that shit is pretty fucking funny.
It's funny. Well, they don't really have bones yet, so they're fine.
They're okay.
They're squishy.
Children are indestructible.
Oh.
Once you don't acknowledge their pain, they're indestructible.
It's like that one comic with a meteor hitting a child, and then the father like, shh, don't say anything, and the baby just crawls away from it.
He's like, Daddy, I think I got hit by a meteor.
Yeah. I'll look forward to that.
That is actually how you treat kids when they get hurt, though. Because they start to cry, and they don't quite cry yet. They want to see what your reaction is, and if you have a really negative reaction, then they cry because they know something's wrong. So when they fall and they like smack their head on something on the way down, you go ooh for a second, then you're like, hey, good job, yeah. And they're like,
oh, look forward to all that since you said you're going to be a dad soon.
I'm going to be a dad, and I can't wait.
That's the look.
I can't wait. I'm excited. It's going to be a hell of a lot of work, but I'm actually really excited.
Yeah. It sounds
just
fun.
Falls over, you just give it the thumbs up, like, I'm so proud of you, son. Have a good
You made it.
You've made it. This is how Earth treats you. Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to gravity.
Gravity.
It will kick your ass.
Son, please be my friend Gravity. He's going to dictate your life for a very long time.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, creating stuff is it should be a labor of love. If you're not doing it out of love, what are you doing? You're doing nothing. Yeah. Get out of here with your non-labor love bullshit.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's hard, and I understand that. I mean, you touched on a little bit where if a lot of people don't have very much time outside of their maybe their full-time schedule with their whatever their obligations and stuff are. So they might feel like, oh, I have to try and start making money on this right away so that I can give myself a reason why I'm spending so much time on this instead of something else. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want this to sound I don't want this to sound fake, but it's like you really just have to let this thing sort of be created before you can try to turn it into something else, you know?
You almost have to create a brand with like a following before you can even like do that.
Yeah,
So I've seen like stuff like that happen in like our community where like people just like they just instantly throw their stuff. They're like, "Oh, I started out last week. I won $10 for this," and it's like, bro, you have
yeah.
like one follower.
I've seen some people do that with like their Patreons and stuff. I'm not gonna say anybody specifically, but I'll see somebody that has not been in the community for more than a few days or months or whatever, post their Patreon stuff on a subreddit, and it's like, nobody has even seen a single piece of your content. Like, how can anybody know what you're making?
And given
If all of your stuff is behind a paywall, like no
Yeah.
one can even see what you're making because you're saying, "Oh, come and check out my stuff. It's $5 to join." It's like, that's fine. I support you trying to, support yourself with your art, but the way I do it at KinkyUtterances is that like pretty much every single thing that I post is up for everybody publicly at least 2 weeks. Almost nothing is time gated, and only a few things are. Usually, the things that Patreon posters will vote every month on an idea. That thing will be patron exclusive for just a few weeks. Everything else is available for everybody.
A portfolio, which is also corporate as shit, but you have to have something to show for your work. And given the history of the community and how many people have tried to scam it, or if they haven't scammed, that it's fallen through and it's pretty much become like infamous for being a supposed scam. And in the amount of creators that have like have positions of authority, but their content are, for lack of a better word, scam. Like that's really insulting. But there's a lot of problems in this community historically with people not returning the investment people have.
Yeah, that's something I'm always like worried about with my patrons. I have a Discord channel for just pretty much just my patrons and some other folks, but like I always feel like I need to keep working so that I can make it worth their while, and that's what you should want to make it worth your while, but it's something that I'm always dreading. It's like, I don't want these people
Am I good enough?
I don't want these people to feel like I'm fleecing them. I'm releasing stuff as fast as I can. Some things in real life are coming up, and you got all this goofy. Like I had a full-time job all through this COVID stuff because I work at a hospital, and that's not that weird. I told people that a lot, but it's like I don't really have. I still have a full-time gig. Like I have to do all this stuff, and I don't have all this free time now to start writing and everything else. So
you get anxious, especially when it's your work being judged by people who will invest money in it. Like the main takeaway is, you in an ideal world, in a utopian world, you can make your art and you'll already be okay because you're provided for. You don't have to worry about your art starving you. You don't have to be a starving artist. But we live in a non-ideal world that is built and maintained to incentivize certain like things over others. So like you have to go about a certain behavior to produce your content and get it out there before you can even start capitalizing upon it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I think, if I'm not mistaken, I know Walt Disney lived in my state prior to becoming the big supergiant that he was, but the way that I think he got famous and got his name known for cartoons was like just drawing shit and just doing things for like the military, or like just drawing things to draw. And then he got it out there, and then he became
like a bunch of like big titty women for all the military.
I mean, man-made racial caricatures and big titty women. So he was the prime crop of the time for people.
Like, hey, you want to see this woman with big tits? Here you go, buddy. Give me 50
They were like,
quid.
wait a minute, big titties? What?
You're like, what?
Excuse me, they don't have to just be pointy. Are you serious?
You mean
he started in the
20s?
Round? I think the pointy boob thing was like in the 50s.
It is, but like, there
are real life boobs can be pointy. I'm not saying that.
Oh, I know. It's just funny.
It's just like round. You mean they can be a different shape? What is this conception, and where can I buy it?
Dresses with ankle? Give me 20.
I'll take them all.
But like, and it sucks. It sucks, to be honest. The reason why I don't do as many commissions anymore is because I don't like having to like bleed myself dry and like put myself out there in that way because A, I don't like my own attention, and B, I have much more of a passion for this. And putting on platforms for like the stuff I make is much harder for me. There are people who can do it and people who want to do it. You got to like test yourself and ensure that you know your limits and what you can do, and when you put yourself out there rather than just putting yourself out there and praying, because that floods a market, and if you don't carve out your niche, you will be drowned in the flood.
Yeah,
which is
I'm
sucks.
not gonna pretend like I have a bunch of advice for people on how to get really big and successful. Like I feel like we have a pretty modest growth over the last couple of years since we started, but it mostly is what we've been saying. Is that like you have to just really, you just gotta like what you make. You just gotta make stuff that you want to make. Like don't make stuff that other people want to make and then just only make that. Like you make stuff that you like. That's one of the things I try to do. Every couple of commissions or things for the patrons, sometimes I'll just be like, you know what, I want to write something else. I want to write something for me, and I'll just throw it out there, and I'm happy with it because that's what I wanted to do, and I didn't have to put any money on it or whatever.
The two kind of big things are consistency and things that you like. To me, that's what makes something successful.
Yeah, consistency but also like people tend to like I don't know how to convey this. This specific community also tends to eat certain artists alive if their content's great because they demand more than those artists can put out. So know your limits. Know your limits as well as you can.
And establish boundaries with your followers and your community.
Absolutely.
People feel like they have to individually talk to and keep in contact with every single person that they've ever commented on their work or followed them. And you don't have to do that.
You don't have to be friends with everybody.
Yeah, well, you're not beholden to people like that. Like there are people make friendships, have professional relationships with other artists, with followers. You don't have to answer every single question. You don't have to be there for everybody's issues that they have. You can select which relationships and what kind of relationships that you have with other people. A lot of times that artists, they walk away from Twitter for a while, or they delete their accounts because they just have too much people are talking to them and asking too many questions or personal questions. This happens a lot, especially to women in TF media.
Absolutely.
They get absolutely dump trucked by people.
Bombarded,
it is bad. But and they run away for a while or forever. And it just, you have to maintain a respectful distance with people on the platforms, because what you're getting out of it and what they're getting out of it might not be the same. So you have to find out what you're comfortable with, and then also tell people to just, sorry, I'm not comfortable with it. You just don't reply or tell them to back off. Like, you be nice about it, but
it's the audience you cultivate too if you're an artist.
Yeah,
like
I have a very nice group of people that follow that support us. Like, they're very nice and very supportive, and I love that. And there's only a few people that I would say have been rude to me over the last couple of years. Especially the other artists are fantastic. They're wonderful people.
Like,
I just have the people that are rude to me killed off.
Is that what happened? No. Okay.
Yes, that's what happened.
So they're dead. No,
they're dead. You had them murdered.
No,
the Irish mafia.
I see.
I had them sent off to a nice island. I just
full
never
of piranhas.
I just never got them back.
Oh, okay.
But no, it's the audience you cultivate. A lot of early Barry artists and a lot of artists just in kink communities in general. When you're trying to cater to sexuality in a lot of the modern sense, thanks to MindGeek and Pornhub and all the way that they distribute, it's towards the male gaze a lot, so it's very narrow. So a lot of the porn is very specific, and so a lot of these early artists cultivated audiences that wanted specific things, and that's why a lot of them can be considered controversial now or in hot water now, because a lot of what they were cultivating, a lot of the people that they tried to maintain connections with, who had money or would ask for things that weren't necessarily okay now.
Yeah.
you got to be careful you got to be careful about your limits and your boundaries, because a lot of people tend to like forego them for the purpose of,
Yeah, if I say no to these people, they're never going to talk to me again. I'm never going to get a commission from them again because I didn't facilitate their very specific kink that I feel uncomfortable with, or that I feel that other people will be uncomfortable with. And I
feel like whenever I meet someone like that, I just kind of have to just like, backhand them, just like, no, bad boy, you can't do that.
Well,
shit.
a lot of people don't, I know I've known plenty of people that have difficulty with telling people no.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
They're very, very accommodating people, and they have they have a hard time, telling people to just go find someone else.
Fuck off.
just find someone else to make your art. I check in regularly with my voice actresses, and just
make sure they're okay with what they're doing.
Yeah, what take
which is good, because a lot of people
see what you like and what you don't. If you don't like this, we'll take it out.
Yeah, because which is good. That's good that you do that, because a lot of companies and larger producers kind of don't do that.
Yeah, your job as the actress is to just do whatever's written on the paper,
which is stupid. It's exploitative.
Like I said, this is for fun. I want a reality, and I want my wife to have a lot of fun while doing this, or as much fun as they can. Turning into a donkey that can barely talk. That's fine.
Many different adventures.
This is when they're reading their lines, and I can see that my wife is like getting to the point where it's like, oh, I have to do that, and then I have to do this. Okay.
The sentence took me off guard, and I was very confused.
Yeah, that happens a lot. a lot.
These again. Could these weirdos stop paying you money?
It's like, no, it's for Patreon, baby. Come on. I
think one of the main things that has like changed over the years of this community, like, is that people have grown more conscious that not only they can say no, but they can actually do things they want, and people will like it. A large portion of early art was very specific and narrow, and now it's so wide and varied when it comes to Barry art alone that you don't have to do round with arm, with hand, leg, and head or whatever. You can do squish. You can do absurdist stuff.
There's a large community of people that are just really interested in you showing off your original characters and the art for them alone. Like, it has nothing to do with whatever fetish is attached to it. It's just like, hey, this is my character, whatever, and this is what they look like. And people are like,
Frumply Dumple,
and it's cool. I want to draw her. I want to draw her next. And can I do this? And they're like, yeah. And it's just that kind of support is new. It doesn't don't remember how new it is, but it is actually pretty new.
It started on Tumblr with Ask Blogs.
Of course it does. Everything starts on Tumblr, let's be honest.
It started with Ask Blogs, and those got weird. And then, it was just fun. It's fun looking at the world and seeing how things occur in these niche subcultures. Mm-hmm. Part of the reason I made this podcast was to sort of document the developments of this specific niche subculture. This is fun.
I just made a podcast because I need to do some entertainment for this community.
But like, and it's just, if you don't like, if somebody asks for something you're uncomfortable with, if they badmouth you, that's them doing shitty things.
Like, okay, I find that's usually like the teenager that didn't get like the audio of his imaginary girlfriend done, or this person from school that he knows didn't get done. Is like, I didn't get this done. This is not fair.
If they're a mature adult, or if they're going to be like a mature person about it, they won't mind you saying no. They'll just say, "Oh well, that sucks. Oh well, thank you."
Yeah, or they'll have another idea. Or they're like, oh, you're not comfortable with item A. Okay, well, what about B, C, or D here? And then you can kind of work it out with them about those things. Usually people are very accommodating because they know that. I mean, especially in Blueberry, I was just telling this to, I don't remember someone the other day. Was it like it's kind of a content desert? Like, you kind of get what you get.
Yeah,
and so if you want to see something made, it's pretty much you got to do it yourself, or you got to have someone make it for you. So you can't just wait around for that idea to spring up naturally.
Absolutely, and it should be noted that I had this I had it. Majority like the whenever I had my commission idea like rejected, or whenever I've had a commission idea rejected, I don't feel like, oh, this artist sucks. I immediately go like, oh no, I feel bad.
Yeah.
Because
You're
like,
a bad
oh, that's
boy.
weird. I asked a weird thing, and then I go
way
sit in a
too
corner
far.
and cry for 10 minutes. I
Oh,
don't go
totally.
and do anything.
I feel the same way.
'Cause,
I
like,
feel like I've
'cause-
done something rude.
Yeah,
Like
because
somewhere they had a rules and I missed out on what they're not cool with.
I literally am trying to commission I was trying to commission an artist. I think it was a very popular one on Twitter, and I went not only through their Twitter to see if I could find the rules. I went to their DeviantArt, found the rules on their DeviantArt, went through it. As I was making the commission, or like sending this form, because they had a commission form, I kept going back to check and see if it was okay. Because I was like, I'm like a dog. Whenever I do this, I'm like, am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? And it was fine. I just got it at the very last minute, so I'm on the next set of commissions, which is pleasant.
Very cool.
Yeah.
People are understanding. Don't assume that the person who's going to be a dick is like the only person you can sell to. Like,
Yeah.
people will understand.
Yeah.
I remember when I tried to get commissions, I did the exact same thing, and then I was like, oh, they can't really do this, and I was like, fuck. Well, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna make it myself. And that's one of the advantages of being an artist. If nobody else does it for you, you can do it yourself.
Exactly.
I will. Yeah. Sorry, I just had a weird thing.
He had a brain fart.
No,
Just-
I had
notification.
acid reflux. I just ate like 10 minutes ago. But-
Cat, you gotta get out from underneath my feet. God damn. Cat, go away. Go away.
Kitty.
This cat is like biting all the cords and just messing with me. Go
No,
away.
kitty
Oh
cat,
man, I
that's
wish I could
my
have cats.
papa. That's my papa, kitty pie.
I love cats, but I'm allergic.
Oh, I'm kind of allergic, and these are my wife's cats, but they're our cats now. You know how that works.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and I'm slightly allergic, so
If I'm around cat dander for too long, I get stuffed up and like
that's
start watery eyed.
that's one of the reasons why Aurelie got herself set up in her own house. She's got like a little audio booth down in her basement right now. It's because she would come over and be a little allergic to cats, but sitting in the room for a couple of hours, and
You get very allergic.
well, yeah. And then it's like, okay, I'm coughing constantly, or I'm having to clear my throat, or whatever.
I'm
and
dying.
It's like, how is that? That's not good for the
The
recording.
This isn't a coughing kink episode.
Yeah.
Well,
So
at
should I
least-
cough like
yeah.
really sexy, or no? Just don't. just don't. We don't want you to. So cough louder.
We don't need it.
How do I cough louder? But
Cough
make
cough
it sexy?
so quietly I don't hear it. Oh, okay, got it. I got it,
Oh, somebody out there is probably like, "Oh yeah, that's my shit. That's my shit right there."
dude.
You
You
just
wouldn't
got
believe
someone's dick hard
how
right there.
often. You wouldn't believe how often a person burps until you have to put them on a recording for 20, 30 minutes, and they're like every 5 seconds going like, clearing their throat or burping or whatever. And I'm like, well, that's stuck to the tape. So if we ever get a weird burping one, we'll
Yeah,
never
we're
have
keeping
to.
that.
You won't have to record any of it. We already have it all.
in
Yeah,
the
it's like-
sound bank.
You just
It's
like
already
wait
there.
like 20 years. It's like we finally have it. And you
Yeah.
just stitch all the audio together.
All
It's like,
all 20
You
years
could-
of the burps.
You know what you could do as like a final hurrah if you ever decide to like retire? You just release all your sound effects that you've ever like made
Oh, yeah.
yourself. If you've ever made any sound effects, you're just like, here,
I
have
should
them.
actually check that one of these days. How many actual sound effects I've made? I've probably made 100.
Yeah, because you got to because necessity is the means of creativity.
It's the something.
It's something.
it's a circle of life.
It's
I'm
the
not putting that in. I'm not getting a copyright strike from Disney.
yeah. If we
No.
even start singing that song, we're done.
That reminds me, like, never use YouTube as your main platform. I have every single one of these episodes on a hard drive in case I get in case they get like taken down.
I never understood that. Why people just upload directly to YouTube and then don't have a copy, like a hard copy on their
because hard drives are $50, man.
I mean, even like a Google Drive, isn't that like a terabyte or something for free?
Well.
The thing about Google Drive, though, this is going to get into some sort of stuff that I've encountered in the past, is that if a person knows that you have something on there, like a creator, they can flag it, which is why I don't use online drives a lot unless they're encrypted. So I just use a hard drive that has all my stuff on it, and it's good.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap now.
They are getting cheaper.
Go get a hard drive, guys.
Get a hard drive, put all your shit on it, terabytes, all you need if you're doing pictures.
All you Instagram community members, you're gonna need that hard drive for all the content you're gonna steal.
I know
shots fired.
I do know of there's a guy on Tumblr who posts literally just like ass pics, and he's just got like a terabyte of pictures of ass that aren't his, that he's trying to sell. Imagine
if you just found
he's just Googling this.
You just go to your kid's computer and you just find the folder and it's just full of asses. It's like, oh, okay.
I'm just he's like, here's the original blog. It's a new blog he made because his other one got deleted. He's like, yeah, here's the original. Here's all. It's like a terabyte or like 100 gigabytes. I'm like, I can just Google these, dude. Why would I want these? For $11, no less. Come on.
Oh, for money? No.
$11.
Right there.
Also, don't Google it. Bing it. Binging is way better for images of.
I believe that
of a lewd nature.
I believe you have experience. It sounds.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm not even. I'm a connoisseur. I'll have artists that I'm in Discord channels with. They'll ask me for referential pics and stuff like that, and I'll just dump 30 or 40 images for them, and they're like, "Oh, thank you so much."
Literally, what I do if an artist needs a reference is, since I draw, I can't since most of the stuff I want is inflation based. There's no precedent of pictures. I could try and emulate it with different body parts, but it's not the same. So I usually I grab a piece of paper by my bed and I say, give me 5 minutes, I'll give you 9.
He just
make shapes. I remember the best work of art you ever did was that Doge picture. That needs to go in a museum, man.
One day I'll put it in there. It's not any of my content on my DeviantArt. It's a picture of a Doge that I drew.
It's the best drawn art, I should say. Your morph art's great.
Thank you.
But
thanks for inflating my ego.
But yeah, it's passion. It's 90% passion, 10% oh fuck.
Basically.
So yeah, that was you got any more questions, SB?
Well, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but I suppose how did you kind of get your wife and friends into this to the point where they're actually shooting content for you?
Well, it took I met my wife online, and it took a couple of years for me to sort of open up to her about my kinks, this vein of kinks, the stuff that's not possible in real life.
As it is.
Yeah,
obviously incredibly hard.
Yeah, and it is hard, but you'd be surprised how cool with just hearing, as long as it's not I'm really into something that's violent and would be horrifyingly painful or something like that. You'd be like, that's
even then you'll find somebody who's
like that to your average person.
Yeah,
but I opened up to my wife about it, and I talked to her one day about doing some audio stuff, and she was very supportive with me. And I knew that Aurelie was looking into doing voice acting stuff and safe for work and not safe for work stuff. And I asked her if she wanted to be a part of it. I was a little more concerned with asking her because I didn't want her to think that it was that I don't know, that I wanted to make sure she knew what we were actually going to be doing. It wasn't hey, I need you to simulate sex with people who aren't your boyfriend or something like that. I don't know. So So once I was able to do a good enough job clarifying what I was asking of her, she was on board. And we've had a couple of other people pop in for just one, and they weren't really they didn't really want to do any more, and that's fine. It's not for everybody. It's your voice, and it's it's on the internet, so people can feel a little
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
you'll be intimidated, obviously.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was really just sort of a random thing. I had just a little snowball mic, and I was like, we got a subscription to Adobe for your job, so why don't we just download another program? And that was how we
why
got
don't
started.
we do this thing?
Yeah, why not
It's
just
like,
download Audition and we can make something? And so
See,
made
I
some
feel
stuff.
like nowadays a lot of days people just like show off their kink to their girlfriend or like wife or significant other,
Yeah,
and they'll be like, "Here's this," and they're like, if they don't like it, it's like, "Hey, did you know we can make money off this?" And they're like, "You what?"
I've already been making a lot of money on this, actually.
You're like, "Here, look how much money I've made. Do you want some of this money? Then please engage in this with me."
But yeah, telling your significant other that you like, hey, this is the thing. Would you like to do it? Is kind of hard.
It was hard. Like I said, we've been together for, I don't know, a while, and it took most of that before I got up the nerve to just talk to her about it. But you can't don't hide that kind of stuff. It's really not that big of a deal. Like I literally have told several people now. After that, it's sort of made it easier for me to talk to other people about it, and it really is not a big a deal to them as it is to you.
Yeah.
It is always going to feel way more serious. People are
it's
really
only weird if you make it weird. That's
pretty
my motto.
much. It really pretty much is. I mean, unless you get into some of the other, and I'm not going to kink shame anybody, but just there are some fetishes that you'll have to sell a lot harder to people.
Obviously,
but
it is. Yeah, it is.
But it's easy for this because it's like, hey, you know that Willy Wonka movie? Yeah, it's like that, but with adult women. It's like, oh, okay, or adult men, whatever your tastes are.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's easy.
Like, and people have got a lot bigger priorities than telling you what to like kink wise. If they're bothering you about that, they probably have something 10 times as worse. Yeah. Supposedly, U.S. like Senator Lindsey Graham solicits like sex workers and also makes legislation against them. So usually, the biggest critic of yours is also probably the guy who likes it the most. 90% of the time.
He's like, fuck this bullshit, and then like 2 years later, you just get an email. Hey, can you do this request?
It's like, oh, have the turntables.
Oh, have the turntables. It's funny. Alrighty. Well, basically, like this, like just enjoy life. That's the takeaway. Enjoy life and do what you love.
Dude, life's a real big bitch, and you just gotta figure out what makes you happy. Like even like little bitty things and sporadically, those things are kind of just cherish those things and work hard. It sucks to work hard, but you have to work hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. You saying life is a bitch made me think of that Luigi image. That one image with Luigi.
I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god, I'll send it to you when I get the chance. But if I can find it,
I feel like a dum-dum now because I'm like,
because it's this meme. It's like Luigi. It's like Luigi on a beach, and it's like life is hard on this beach of an earth, and it's like Luigi looking back, but he has a massive. Oh, it's so funny looking. He has a massive ass. It's just that's the focal point.
Okay.
Oh, it's so funny. It just made me think of that.
Is that gonna be the thumbnail for the?
I hope not. No.
I already have a morph made for that, so like.
Oh Jesus. But yeah, this was fun. We should do the stuff again.
Yeah.
Obviously. Have you on later.
Yeah, maybe you know what would be great. In a couple of months or whenever it's possible, like
whenever COVID's over.
Whenever we're out off this insanity train. I would love to have like the others on, and we could could talk about some stuff again.
Obviously, yeah.
When the game of 2020 Jumanji ends, we'll let you guys on.
Yeah, we're almost to the water level, everybody.
We're almost to halfway. Oh no, we are halfway.
Yeah,
we're on level 6. Damn it!
Yeah.
Oh,
the water temple's coming. We're almost there. It's coming.
I'm gonna level with you. I think next month it's aliens.
It's aliens. Wait, it already was aliens. It was aliens in like April.
But it wasn't an invasion. We got a confirmation.
You didn't say invasion of aliens. What if it's already happened? What if the aliens? What if we're the aliens? That's what it is. In December, we find out
why the hell I can't go outside for more than 10 seconds because it's hot as shit.
Right. We weren't made for this.
I walked outside to do my job yesterday, and it was like walking from like, a nice little icebox to dog's mouth. And it was like a wall of heat. I hated it.
That's someone's fetish too, by the way, is dog's mouth.
Why am I not surprised? Just why am I
All
not
right, we need to end this before it becomes too long.
My kink is kink shaming.
Yeah, well, my kink is kink shaming the kink shamers.
Bastard.
Oh, well. This is fun. We need to do it again. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah,
and we hope you have a lovely afternoon.
And just before you go, is there anything that you want to plug, like Patreon wise, or?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to be posted on our Patreon, but like I said before, we try to post our stuff generally everywhere. But we have a sequel coming out to the Blueberry one that we did before. It's going to be Mad Scientist. She brings in another scientist to help her develop this new blueberry formula, and her other scientist friend is pretty much mortified that she's got a giant room full of people being blueberried, and then that scientist gets blueberried, and then the scientist lady wants to rule the world of blueberries. It's gonna be great. I'm hyped.
I see a fucking series.
It is. It's part 2 of 6.
Oh my god!
The Bluebarium Chronicles. No, there's no name. It's probably not 6 parts, but I love it. I think it's fun, and
it's 200 parts, 20 parts. It's a never-ending series.
It's a never-ending story.
Alrighty, well, thank you again.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is great.
And I'll link all your stuff. I'll ask for it, after this. But other than that, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
And welcome back from the interview.
Yes. Hopefully that was a great interview. I'm almost certain it probably will be.
And if it's not, oh God, oh help me God, oh please.
Hey, don't be reading out them TMC scripts now.
Oh no, I'm not reading out a TMC script. I'm writing a transcription of the death of Leroy Jenkins.
Oh, lovely. That sounds kinky.
Death of a World of Warcraft player.
What higher justice can you get from that?
Do you know? Do you not know that meme? Do you know Leroy Jenkins?
I do.
Good. I was like, wait, are you seriously? Are you what? I was very confused. But okay, our next segment is a discussion of some of our all-time favorite images.
So which one of us bitches is going first?
Well, I feel like I'd be biased to most of the commissions I've bought, like, because I bought them, I spent money on them, and people made them. So like,
go ahead. Go ahead. Name a few commissions then.
Like a lot of the Selena Gomez pictures you've done are phenomenal.
I did that from Rego. Just
I liked Pairboy's stuff that he did for me, especially some of the recent stuff that I got from him.
I like his female Barry stuff once it doesn't get too disgusting.
Yeah, I like his stuff just because it's the epitome of what I would call a collage morph. None of the elements in their own isolation. Huh?
Godzilla Berry 2.
Yeah, but like
crazy bastard.
A collage more. It's not even a berry. It's just overweight. But it's a collage morph. It's all of the elements in their individual parts don't fit the image, but put together in their aesthetic, they fit perfectly. Which is a lot of what your art does when you with your full body stuff.
When you fucking make art, you lazy bastard.
I also there's one I can't remember. Let me look at my collection on my phone of all the stuff that I've collected over the years.
I have
Jingles.
this massive collection.
I do. 76 things. Jingles Rose Tico morph that I got.
Correction. It was Sassy Viper who made the Rose Tico morph.
Rose Tico sucks. Just throwing that out there.
Lou, it's not Lewd Parchments. Who made this? Somebody.
I don't know. I can't see it.
a lot of my Zarya stuff I definitely enjoyed getting as well. I got a ton of that. That's basically been my modus operandi for the last couple months, a year. I don't know. It's a lot of them.
I suppose, really, for me, like, I'll just name one thing right off the bat. There's a sequence that is done of Scar Johansson as Black Widow as a Blu-ray, and it's by TMO221. And it's just like, it's such a fucking amazing sequence. Like, it came out of nowhere because, like, I followed this guy for ages, and he was really good.
Who are they? Like...
TMO221. And like,
I put in O letter.
His stuff was just so amazing, and like I never expected something.
Yeah,
like that.
them.
He really does brain morphs, and when he did that, I was like, whoa.
I like his Margot Robbie morph, his recent one of that. But one of my all-time favorite images, something that it's hard to like not think of when you're like when you go into this kink is a lot of Lord Altros's stuff, you know?
Oh yeah, Liberate Vengeance is right up there.
It's not even like his
early stuff with Claire is amazing.
Yes, absolutely. And then KG.
Which?
KG. You're a KG Fur Cash. I don't know. I'll send you an image of them, but like they do a lot of chub stuff, but they do some berry stuff that's really good. Yeah, there's some of my favorite stuff. And then some of my favorite stuff that I've seen done is a lot of Interrogum's like full body, like with his Daisy Ridley one and stuff. It was good.
Yeah, I mean Interrogum has some pretty decent stuff. Candii Kayn 19, like obviously to go back to him, like his stuff, like I really like a lot of images. Like if he wants to make an image of like, you know, an Ariana Grande or Selena Gomez, go for it, man. Go for it.
I absolutely encourage it.
Yeah. Of course, like I have to give another shout out to Jingle because there's so much content that he's made that's just so fucking good.
Yeah.
And
man's done a lot. Man's done a lot.
man's done a lot. Candi's work with Love 'Em Ripe and Faraday is fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Love 'Em Ripe's the pie eating image, the one that they had to fix.
Oh yeah, to fix because I'm missing leg. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great one. That one was one that like I had for a while saved. It was nice. It was really well done.
His whole sequence with Plum Princess is fucking amazing. That
is legendary stuff.
Yeah. And even just to think about it, like Faraday's like whole thing of like Jackie moves on. That hits me personally because I fucking love that clip. And the fact that they did a whole sequence on that, I fucking loved it.
You know, I just realized just Plump Princess's original photo set with the berry stuff was great.
We'll have to review that one days.
It's well done. It's for the context of the time, it's very interesting. I like it. It was one of the few times I think we got a Barry photo set and not just a video.
There's only
from the
been like
model.
three from like an actual like BBW model. You know,
Yeah.
Kelly Kay did one. BBW.
Yeah, she dressed up as
Princess did
for
one.
that for Halloween too. That was funny.
Yeah. And another one that we're not going to mention, but yeah, and let me think. Another, I'm going to say, just for my own ego, I love a lot of the content that I made.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have a soft spot for my first 2 story series that I ever made. Those hold a really significant place in my heart.
Yeah, that's fair.
And a lot of the morphs.
Oh yeah.
Really, yeah.
I'm trying to look through my gallery, see if I can find.
We're just listing off all the greats.
Trying to find them.
At the time when I was growing up, Beach Blanket Berry was like an amazing, like,
Yeah.
piece of content. And fucking Docswell's Bizarre Adventures.
That should go without saying. I mean,
yeah, that's
obviously
just an
Doc.
all-time.
It's Doc.
Yeah,
Like
it's an all-time classic. One of the probably. I remember his piece was the first ever news article around this fetish before the whole Vice article.
Yeah, honestly, that image, that whole comic, really just was well done in mind. Like, like dude's got professional skills, professional grade skills.
Yeah, I think just the fact as well with that as well, the fact that like his comics being like remade with Candii and Riddler, it's in good hands, and that makes me even more excited for when it eventually comes out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's the legacy from that is just something that should never fucking be forgotten.
And just another one that I mentioned, Shy Dude's content. Shy Dude's content is pristine.
Yeah, and then Wendy Wonka from OK, that's a good.
Oh yes, Wendy Wonka is an all-time classic.
Honestly, if you need anything Barry from OK is usually a pretty good, solid, great thing. But other than that, those are some of our, our all-time favorite images and stuff. So, other than that, it's pretty nice.
I suppose that's really, we've just kind of like talked about like some of our favorite images.
Yeah.
And if there's anyone that we missed out or forgot about,
you can comment below so we could get more engagement.
Yeah. So we can tell you how your Microsoft Paint image ain't worth jack shit.
Fuck your Paint image. Fuck you.
Fuck you, I can draw a circle. I'll draw a circle on your fucking face.
There was, for the longest time, and I cannot stress this enough, for the longest time, there was a bunch of inflation art that was just circle tool base image stuff or whatever.
There still is. That's the sad part.
I know. It was just like they used an image base and then they just built from there.
Remember, guys, Pixlr exists. It's free to use. Myself and Jingle have a lot of tutorials up. Please do use them.
Other than that, those are some of our favorite stuff. So shall we go into the news?
Yes, we should go into the news. I would say the biggest bit of news to come out is the Very Big Booty is making a comeback.
Oh yeah.
That to me is something that I've been hoping and praying happens, and it's finally happening, and I'm fucking excited.
Yeah. I can't wait either.
Like
that looks interesting.
Like I remember back in the day, me, Jingle, and him were going to do the first ever expansion factor, and he had to call out for his job, but because Dude was a modeling agency. He took photographs of models.
I
Dude was
still can't.
working with,
That's
like,
something I find absolutely incredible to like think about. Dude was doing
dude
this
was
on the
working
side.
he was working with some of like the highest models, like in the modeling industry. That shit's
Oh
insane.
yeah, and fucking dope as shit.
Yeah. Another piece of news. Lacee Angel came out with a few inflation clips. They're pretty decent. You know, I feel like their style.
Let me look up Lacee Angel on clips for sale. I assume.
Yeah, it's clip for sale.
Alrighty, I think I remember seeing this. I was looking through clips for sale for something. But yeah, I remember that clips for sale. We'll put up the
Link for that. Yeah.
we'll put up something for it. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, when I'm looking at the profile right now, there's a person on Curvage named Isabel Har. They're posting a video sometime within the next couple days of a Barry clip. So maybe by the time this is up,
maybe it'll be out. Yeah. Another thing is, if you haven't, subscribed to Candy's Patreon, why haven't you? Nutty loser. She put up a great reenactment of a Violet scene. So, that's pretty good to watch. And, her content in general on Patreon is like proper good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very very highly rated, and not available on a YIF party in a while. So.
Yeah, that's another great thing. YIF Party is fucking dead for IRL artists. Let's get a hell yeah in the chat for that.
So if you pirate, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. All these little kids, you can't get her content anymore unless you take out mommy's credit card and you buy it.
But other than that, yep. So
see, all we need now is BBW Sean to go down, and then that'll just be fucking great.
Other than that, that's all the news that is publicly releasable, as far as I'm aware, and known publicly. Other stuff probably isn't. You can't release anything.
There is right news, but we can't publicly release it yet.
Yeah.
There's also been TMC clips, so
Yes.
As always.
There's always new clips. That newest Barry clip, I actually kind of want to see.
See, I was looking at it. I looked at the behind the screen shots. I looked at the model, and then I looked at the preview image, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be really good. I was like, this is gonna be one of their hit clips. And then I watched the preview clip, and I was like, okay, this could still be a hit clip. I just need to see more.
Yeah, I'm next time I get a large amount of money, the first thing I'm going to do is probably buy it.
Yeah, well, you will. We will have to, because we have to.
Yeah, eventually we will have to.
Yeah.
But other than that, because if we don't have the clips already, we need to buy them.
Yeah.
But other than that, there will always be. Other than that, that's all the news we can really come out with.
Yeah.
So on to our next discussion.
Oh, well, actually, I have a little secret discussion. This is only gonna take a few minutes, but since we've kind of heavily based this episode on TMC, what model or what type of clip would you like to see from TMC?
Oh, that's a toughie. Like Barry wise?
Yeah, just you don't have to do Barry in your case if you don't want to.
To be honest, I would like to see maybe a second fruit. Just hitting on that. There's this guy who keeps asking for a witch clip, and I'm like, no, I don't want a witch clip with a witch's hat. I would like.
There's one guy who keeps asking for a Barry clip of Barry the dinosaur, which is fucking hilarious.
I've never seen that. That sounds fucking phenomenal.
It's literally it's on Twitter under TMC, and every single Barry clip that comes out, he's like, "Can you do Barry the dinosaur?"
I know that guy. Oh
I'm like,
God, I know
dude,
who you're talking about.
Just fucking. You need to do slip and slide, man. Fuck off.
But I would like to see a clip with, a Wonka chick, like with like Dita, Tallulah, etc. But I'd like to see the Wonka chick as the berry.
Oh, so you like see a reversal, basically.
Yeah, I posted about that on the forums, but I would love to see that. I don't remember who I said it for. Let me double check.
Yeah. I have 3 clips that I'd love to see. Well, 2. The first one, I know it's the only reason it hasn't happened is because of the cost of it. But I would love to see like a dual berry with Rochelle Ryan and Eva Naughty, because both of them
Even
work
Naughty.
really well.
Even Naughty, I know that name.
Both of them work really well with each other, and they're both great actors. I just think that
Even Naughty, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I just think that if they made a clip, 2 of them made a clip together, it could be gold.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't they already have a Rochelle Ryan one? So we've already seen like where.
No, she's never done. She's never done a delivery one.
Oh no, I'm thinking of somebody else.
No, because like
I'm thinking of somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently like she wants to be paid extra or something for the blue paint or something like that. But, no.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Same reason for Even Naughty. And the second clip that I would like to see is one with Victoria June.
Yeah, that's always a big,
because that's a guaranteed winner.
Yeah,
like the clips that she made, I think it was 3 clips or 2 clips that she made were fucking amazing.
There was 2, I think. Might have been 3, but I know for certain there were 2. Yeah, and they were good. I know that she wants to do that too. Like she's vocally said, "Hey Taylor, I can do this." Which, side note, Victoria, if you just have the kink, just say it.
I don't think she has the kink, but I think
but it would be hilarious if that was the reason why. I'd be like, wow, okay, well, fuck.
And the third clip, it's kind of been done, but I need to see it from a different perspective. It is remember the POV one that has Sablik and the like farting berry that flies up in the air?
That was really funny just because of Sablik's actions.
I know for the fact that it's Tallulah in the suit because of the behind the scenes.
I figured.
And I want to see the clip just as a normal clip, but you have Sablik as Wonka and you have Tallulah as Violet, and just have
that would require some definite feats of engineering or camera angles. I know that for a fact.
No, but see, they don't have. No, it's not like you just need to do a normal berry clip.
Oh, it's just Sablik and Tallulah.
Yeah, and Sablik would be in the Wonka turn, and Tallulah would be the player. I would pay good money for that. That's my all-time clip that I want to see.
I found the post. The Wonka Girl Berry. I'd like to see Jolene or Dita as Berry Wonka.
Both of them would be great, yeah.
Yeah. Dita is one of my favorite actresses for TMC, honestly.
Oh, yeah, she's one of the best ones that they have.
Part of the reason is because I think she just exclusively works with TMC. You can't find her anywhere else. But she's good. She's great.
Yeah, if they want some money off me, just do that Tallulah clip with Sablik. Keep Sablik as Wonka and keep Tallulah as a normal Violet. Just do a normal scene. You can even do a rendition of the 71 scene. I don't care. Do it like that, and that's guaranteed.
Oh, I remember another thing.
Go ahead.
I just remembered one. This is kind of weird to think about how they would pull this off with the amount of stuff it would require, but
go for it.
Have a testing scene where it's a Wonka chick talking to a worker Oompa Loompa chick, and then just have the Oompa Loompa become a berry. That'd be hilarious. I just want the banter.
I think that could be easily done.
That could be, but it's just the removing the orange makeup and replacing it with blue stuff without tainting either makeup container. Either way, I just want it for the banter. That'd be funny as shit.
I think that would be a great if you have two really good actresses in that.
I
that
could
could
see
be
it
a
as
banger
Tallulah and Sableek with that one. If Faye were to ever return, I could see her as the Oompa.
Well, see, Tallulah's been in a lot of the recent clips. So, and Sableek as well has also been in a lot of recent clips. So,
I do want to see them like use a shorter actress though, but just for the fun of it.
Funny if they got like an actual midget or something.
Oh, that would be so hard to stay in the suit. We're getting too deep into it. We're getting too deep into it, but it'd be fun. It would be fun to see that. To be honest. I definitely would like to see that.
Yeah, so if you want to make that clip with Tallulah and Sableek in it, I will give me my money, give you your money. You know that bit from Futurama. That'd just be me like,
shut up and take my money.
Shut up and take my money. Take all my money.
But yeah, all right. That's a good mini segment. That was pleasant.
It's a pleasant surprise. See, I got surprises. I got aces up my sleeve.
Ugh. I had to stretch out.
You thought I was gonna pull out another advertisement?
No.
Okay.
That was so jarring. It just went on for like 5 minutes, and I was just very confused.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm sure we'll get sponsored for another episode.
Sponsored by Adam and Eve sex toys.
Okay, then I guess we're getting sponsored by Adam and Eve sex toys. If you want to make sure to be penetrated, make sure to get your toys at Adam and Eve's.
We can't do an ad read without a sponsorship.
Yeah, we can. Also introducing their new blue toy. It turns your ass blue.
That just sounds painful.
Adam and Eve toys. Fuck them kids.
God, don't fuck kids, please.
No. Fuck them kids. Like, fuck you. Don't like.
Yeah.
Thanks, you know, shit. Fuck them kids.
All right, that brings us to our final segment.
Which also somehow ties into this
that statement.
Yes.
That's why I made the segue. This will be a contentious topic. Hopefully, it doesn't piss too many people off.
Fuck you.
Who shouldn't be in the community?
Instagram community. Right off the bat.
I'm not going to dive into that. I'm going to probably think of specific people. Definitely.
Any pedophile. Any pedophile, you should not be in this community.
Definitely Tyler.
Yeah.
For those who aren't aware, this is the first time I'm going to actively call out somebody. Probably one of the only times, because of how dangerous they are to the community and to people in general. There is a person who has gone by many pseudonyms.
No, sorry, not a person. A fucking rat-faced fucker.
But he's gone through many pseudonyms and many personas, many aliases, and he is under no small threat. The dude is a dangerous person.
He's a pedophile.
His name is Tyler
I don't
Sevilla.
care.
His name is Tyler Sevilla.
Yeah, he's a pedophile.
I care because of the stuff he's capable of doing, and by how he holds himself. In my own personal experiences with him and others' personal experiences with him, the man has asked at first to roleplay. And at the start of things, it seems normal. And then he sends pictures of people who are suggestively younger, who are definitely not old.
He's also catfished as Disney princesses.
He catfishes his lots of things. He has a lot of aliases, and he has a very distinctive texting pattern. So you will know if you're talking to him right away. But the first few times he talked with me, if it's not I don't remember what it's called, but he was playing as a character. The way he worked around it was he was role playing as an actress playing as a specific character in a specific costume.
And he basically was role playing. Let me guess, as an actress, as a Disney princess.
It wasn't a Disney princess. It was a Disney show.
Something like that.
I think it was the Pinkalicious show, or something like that. But the show takes place with a very young person, and the main character is a very young person. And right as soon as I saw that, all that makeup was clicked immediately, and I was like, "Oh, this dude is not okay."
Yeah.
And so I called him out on it. He stopped talking to me for a while. Little while later, talks to me again. He is asking, I think, for something, but he actively, and I mean this very clearly, he actively asked for stuff from me, like morphs, stories, and at this point I was not willing to give it to him already, but he asked for it and gave very little compensation in return. It was stuff that I would not do at all, just on principle. And so I was talking.
He's also one of these people that goes around and asks for TMC clips or other clips.
Yeah. And at the time when he was asking for something from me, he asked at the same exact time one of our mutual friends, Blue Barrier, who is an Australian wonder child. We should just get him on for banter. But he was asking him for the same stuff. And
so you have to assume he was asking a load of people.
Oh, he was, absolutely. I talked to Duke, Barry Duke, about it. And it was a wild ride.
It's an experience.
It's a wild ride because when you deny him, at first he pleads innocent or he tries to work around it. But then when you call him out and say what he's doing, he then gets angry or sad and plays victim. And then when he gets angry, he posts an emoji of a cursing emoji. Yeah. And then immediately if you cool down, he'll start showing you pictures of his pet bearded dragon.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. I love lizards and bearded dragons. I don't want to see your dragon, man. I don't like you.
Even if you say you don't want to see it, he'll still send it to you.
And after a while, he doesn't see there's one of two things he could be doing. Either he is so unaware of what he's doing is wrong that he does it anyways because he thinks it's okay, or he is fully aware of it and pretends not to be.
See, I
think it's the latter.
See, I think there's either something wrong in his head,
there is absolutely something wrong.
I know that, but I think there's either some mental illness or some sort of disability, in my opinion.
And I'm not, and we're not coming at this.
That or he's just a giant cunt.
And I want to point out to those who might find or take offense to that. I have ASD. I have several other mental illnesses on top of that. When I say somebody is mentally ill and unfit for anything, I am saying that from a point of experience. I live with a lot of things on the daily. It is not an easy thing. This person has no coping mechanisms, has no safeguards, has no moral quandary of any kind. They are a threat to people.
Big time. They're definitely
a threat to anyone's safety. They're not me. They are not anyone with standard depression or standard OCD. This person is a threat in how they act and carry themselves, and we need to address that.
Absolutely.
In this specific segment, I don't want to talk about people who are cringy, because cringe isn't something that isn't.
Well, if you're not going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it.
Well, no. Here's my reasoning why. Because cringe will eventually be grown out of. I know that for a fact.
Well, see, what I mean cringe, I mean cringe. I'm not gonna talk about cringe.
I'm talking
Well-
about people who are like dangerous, like a threat to others.
But I'm just gonna talk about people whose cringiness is gonna affect them in their life, and that's why they shouldn't be in the community. That's the
And
perspective I'm coming from.
here's my caveat for that. It's not that they shouldn't be in the community; it's that at this current time they shouldn't be.
At this current, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
They shouldn't
because
be.
like they're too young,
Mm.
they're too open about it, and they're putting themselves in harm's way.
Mm.
With the
Before I get into that one, I'm just gonna throw out one. There's this asshole on YouTube called Brax.
oh god,
Fuck him. Just fuck him and fuck all of his 7 channels and his fucking. Let me put a stupid picture and put a bit of blue taint in it. Not even colorize it, just hue and saturation that some bitch. And then occasionally put on some classical music, and then we just repeat the same video 700 times across my 7 different fucking channels because I'm some fucking obnoxious retard who doesn't know how to fucking live and just wants to piss off everyone. So yeah, fuck you, cunt. Oh,
For me,
I
it's
hope
not-
I hope you eat shit from a stick, you motherfucker.
honestly, for me, the thing is that there's just so many,
It's
and
pointless. It's so, and all it does, it fucking filters out the good content that might come up. Like finding
Like-
good content for this on YouTube is rare. There's a lot of shit on this page
it's just
on YouTube.
and I'm trying to be nice mostly because it's just me. That's just how I am.
I'm just.
But
Nah,
this
so
is-
I'll just.
This is not a great thing.
It's a waste of time as well. It's a waste of time on his part. It's like he's not getting anything out of it except hate. It's if you want to put that much effort into something, why not do something creative? Do something creative with your time.
The thing is with this, I'm going to go about this as lightly as I can. Mostly because I don't want to be responsible in whole or in part for somebody doing something rash. But the big issue here is that they are clouding a large selection of search engine optimization. So our content is hidden. Other people's content would be hidden. Second,
A lot of good contents could
they
be
are
could have been
2.5 minute long videos. Pretty much all of them, multiple uploads of the same video, same format, same everything. They are, for all intents and purposes,
I'm put it this way: he's a kid as well, so he shouldn't even be in this fucking place anyway.
He's a middle schooler from the looks of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Unless
and I want to point out that a lot of their content has the original Violet, and there's Clarence from that one cartoon, Clarence, and
there's a lot of kid stuff in there as well. That's like a bit like
this isn't a fandom. I want to point that out. This is not a fandom.
oh, far from it.
To make this a fandom is not a good thing. And look, if you want to make content, go ahead.
Yeah,
do
but
it.
do a decent,
smart.
do decent content. Content that's
No, it's not even
people are
I'm
actually
not even
gonna
going to make
enjoy.
the statement of decency, because everyone starts shitty.
Oh yeah, of course. But I mean, like that's fine enough. But like, make like content that people might enjoy. Some people enjoy shitty content.
But here's
nobody
my
enjoys this though. Nobody enjoys this.
and here's my thing, okay? Don't flood a system.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, don't rob people of being able to be seen. Don't make your content the only thing that can be seen. Because I'm gonna, I might record this later, screen record this in some manner if I could. But when you type in blueberry inflation, there is a high probability, I can almost guarantee you, that I will see.
You will see
almost all
one
of his
video
content.
from one of those 7 channels. I guarantee.
At least one. I'll scroll down, and if not one of those 7, you'll see one from somebody who needs to really needs to be careful. This is the first time they haven't shown up. That's great.
Oh yeah, of course. The time we actually wouldn't show
this. The first time they haven't shown up. Oh.
I think as well as that, another thing, not directly shouldn't be in the community, but something that maybe a trend that shouldn't be in the community is these anonymizations of both violent scenes.
The what?
The way there's a trend of people say Blueberry Night and all that analyze the scenes.
Oh yeah, no,
that's creepy as fuck.
I'm
not saying say for example Blueberry Night shouldn't be in the community. If you want to be in the community, fine. Go ahead. Make good content. Make your own ideas and stuff like that. But to do base your whole channel around analyzations, it's a bit weird. If you want to
there's
do
not
that
much
idea,
to see.
But the thing is, they're making it and they're focusing on all these different areas of say the body, and it's just fucking weird.
It is,
and they're going into great detail about it on the kids.
I want to point out as well, I have no ill will towards any person barring Tyler. Mostly because Tyler actively harms people. And I have no ill will to cringy people either. I was cringy once. Believe me, if you knew some of my history, you'd be like, oh my god, go to a mental asylum. Not back in the day. There's a completely different level of cringiness. But
yeah.
My thing with building this community is, if you are anyone who is below the age of 18, which is the age of majority, that is...
Get the fuck out.
Age of majority, for anyone who is not aware, it is the age in which you are able to purchase, able to participate in, and able to view pornography. Now I know, as a person, as any human, I can almost guarantee you every person has, prior to the age of 18, looked up porn.
No, fuck that. I'm perfect. I wouldn't do that. No, I'm joking.
Everyone at some point has looked at it before the age of 18. However, to actively participate, to actively engage with, and to actively solicit explicitly sexual things, first off, if it's between 2 people in privacy, that is age of consent, and you need to be very careful around that, because that is not age of majority. You have to be safe. If you are a child or an underage person in this community, you have to be safe, and you cannot, in any manner, interact with adults until you are 18.
See, I think as well as that, a lot of the kids these days that are in this community, they don't know any of the legal ramifications or anything.
No, they don't.
It's I'll go trade some TMC clips to get more clips. You're gonna get sued.
If you're not gonna get sued, you're gonna get a cease and desist, or you're gonna get banned from purchasing clips.
Yeah, and I don't. How are you gonna explain a cease and desist letter to mommy and daddy?
They email it to you as well. If you use your email, if you use your parents' email, they're gonna know that you purchased.
If you use their credit card,
and you have to understand the ramifications of all of this, the harm that it can do, the people that it can hurt.
And the thing is as well, even these these young kids that are in here, and they're like roleplay, and they roleplay with fucking pedophiles.
Like, part of the reason why Tyler and the incident with Adrian and a lot of people happened was because, and I'm not divorced from the issue, I was one of the people who was young at the time when that happened, when all those things occurred. Part of the reason those people came into prominence is because there was no careful interactions. There was no standard.
It was like
care.
the Wild West, put it that way.
It wasn't even the Wild West. It was, to be frank, it was the meat industry without regulation.
Yeah.
It
was no adult. It was all full adulteration.
Yeah, and like, when we say they shouldn't be in the community, there's two versions of that. Shouldn't be in the community because of harm to others means they are a threat and are somebody who should be absolutely.
Pedophiles and maniacs, people whose intention is to cause harm.
Intention is to cause harm, chaos, discord, etc.
Yeah.
The other half of that is harm to themselves. We don't think they're bad people. We don't think they're terrible persons. We're scared for their well-being.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because it's gonna come bite them back in the ass.
I was a child once too.
Yeah. Before I get onto this point, just when I was talking about like the analyzations of violent and other things, if they want, they could do that idea, but like you could analyze, certain people's content, get their permission, and analyze that. You could analyze a TMC clip. Don't just don't show the whole clip. Just do what we did. We gave a brief analyzation of 5 clips right there.
And you just need to think about what's going to happen in the future. Because A, you're not the only person on the planet. And B, you're not the only person doing things. And you could get hurt. I was hurt. I did not think of my own safety. I did not think of my own sanity. I was going through a lot when the Adrian incident occurred. And let me tell you, not that I regret it, it's that I regret how it happened. Things just... Be safe is like the main thing about this. And we don't want people like Tyler in the community.
I think that'll bring us on to our last person, really.
Who's the last person?
We're just gonna say it's Alex Beauregard.
And like, the dude's not.
No, he's not a bad person. I'll say that.
Yeah,
he's not a bad person. There's no.
He's just a teenager. Like, and
but this is gonna cut like some of the content that he's made. Like, it's gonna come back to bite him in the ass. Because like there's some content that like he's made where he's showing off certain body parts. Like he's doing like bits in like his Zoom classroom, full on in like puffed pillows and all on the attire, doing the scene. Like that's so fucked up. You're basically asking to be bullied.
And it's not even that. For me, what the concern is you're gonna get pedophiles in your DMs. I guarantee that. You're not regarding your safety and other people's safety. Your safety in the regards of pedophiles and predators will come after you because you are a vulnerable and very open person, and that will take full advantage of that. If you're not cautious about those people, they will come and get you and hurt you. But the other part of it is, if an adult doesn't know that you're a child, if for some reason they are unaware and you role play, they have now committed sexual interactions or soliciting sexual interactions with a child.
Exactly.
Which that is harm to others. If you join a server full of adults and you are a child, you have put all of those people in threat.
Exactly.
And yourself.
Mm.
If you post images of yourself in fetish scenarios, and they can be properly seen as fetish scenarios, you have created child pornography.
Exactly.
And that is harm to you, your reputation in the future, your personhood, and it is harm to others.
The thing is, like, if you make that clip, like he's made clips of like himself showing his ass, his stomach.
I don't even know the entire details of it, nor do I really want to.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be. But the thing is, like, there's two things that are gonna affect your future. If say for just random facts, somehow, some way, someone in this guy's school or his class that despises him, just for any reason, they find this shit. You know how kids are.
Well, even then, it's just
they're gonna post that all over.
And I'm sure he has been bullied. I don't want to like say that he has, but I'm sure he has been bullied.
Oh no. The thing is, like, if you do that, you're it's so fucking harsh because there's gonna be people out there that are gonna use that against him, and it's gonna fuck with him for the rest of his life.
And the biggest concern for me, being a person who wants to build a community, who wants to actually foster growth in the community, is making sure people are both comfortable in their kink, but they're safe about it. Like, I don't want you to feel ashamed of what you have, but I don't want you going around and being so proud and out loud about it that it can come back to bite you in the ass.
Because and that's the thing, like, a lot of people would say that, like, he's too obnoxious, maybe, about the kink.
It's treating it like a fandom.
Yeah. And the thing is, as well, it's like, this one is really gonna fuck. Like, this one's really gonna fuck him up. What if he goes looking for a job and his employer catches this shit?
Yeah, like, if I'm not mistaken, the dude's 15.
14, I think. 14, 15.
2 years, you're gonna have to start looking for a job. If an employer sees that, they will definitely.
You're fucked.
It's not even that you're fucked. They will look at you differently.
And the thing is, though, like, anyone who works with that business, word will spread around. So then you're getting fucked by that business as well. And then the word just spreads. It's like the virus. It just fucking spreads on and on and on.
You have to be careful. And the biggest thing is being careful. Like, for yourself, for others, and honestly, I'm most concerned about your well-being as a person.
That's why I always say, like, that's why I'm always complaining about the Instagram community or dumb kids in this community. Like, you should not be here. It's not because I hate you or I think you're a piece of shit. It's just because I'm thinking about people's futures. And your future, if you're a kid on here, it's fucked. Your life is gonna be fucked.
It's not in here. It's not that we don't want you to, when you're old enough, come into the community. We want you to be safe.
Absolutely.
We want you to not just be safe, but be courteous to others and aware of what could happen to you.
Absolutely. Like the more people in here, like I said earlier in the episode, the more morphers like Candii Kayn, the more people like that they're in the server. More the merrier. Fucking grateful. Awesome. Can't wait. Like, if you want to be an aspiring artist, take time when you're young to just learn how to make all this stuff. And make good content. And then when you're 18 and when you come back, come out, knock it out of the fucking park. Like Candii Kayn did and many other artists did. And that's it. Fucking win.
Like, the biggest thing here with this podcast is to build a community. We have struggled with that, because we will misstep. But the biggest thing that we want to be taken away is you should not, if you are anywhere below the age of 18, be interacting with adults, interacting with interacting in sexual ways, purchasing content, soliciting content. We can't stop you from viewing content, but we can discourage you from doing it until you do it. Because it's for your safety
we know
and our
some
safety.
of you are rebellious little bastards.
It's for your safety and ours.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
You want to make content, great. You want to do content, great. Work at it. Make all the stuff you can. Refine it. If you want to post it and it's not sexual and it's not concerning.
And involves people who gave their consent. That's another important thing.
Yes, consent is a big thing. Do it. But don't just understand. Just please don't do things without thinking. Understand the ramifications of your work and what you do. Like, because not only can people like you get in trouble, the people that you interacted with can get in trouble. And that
if you use someone's image without their consent and they find out, you're so fucked.
You are. Do you know how many times
really
I've had?
fucked.
Do you know how many times I've had to go on Instagram and tell people, "Hey, this isn't your image. This is somebody else's."
Plenty of. I've done it plenty of times.
This is somebody else's, and they don't like that you've taken their image without asking.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, I'm after stealing someone's image, and now I'm angry because you're telling me I've done something wrong, and I'm too perfect, and I can't do anything wrong. So fuck you.
Like,
that's such a bad like mentality to have. Such a toxic.
We're not
mentality.
trying to discourage you from consuming the stuff you like and liking the stuff you do. We're not trying to discourage you from doing that. We're trying to do it for your own. We're trying to do certain things for your safety. We're also trying to do things for others, because other people make their stuff and they would like their stuff to be their stuff.
Yeah, like I would prefer to have all my stuff kept on my page. I know Jingle Bell Rock would like to keep all of his stuff on his page. I know Riddlercorps and Candii would like to keep all their stuff on their pages.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure even Aggro wants all of his stuff to stay on his page.
Yeah, it's not. Just be a good person.
Be like Grandpa Joe, 05 version. Don't be like Grandpa Joe, 71 version.
It's literally just the easiest thing to do. Like, if we could round this out, just be considerate of others. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, just be considerate of other people and what you can do to them.
That's it.
Other than that, I guess that's the episode.
You guess?
I mean, do you have anything else to add?
No.
Exactly. So that's the episode. If you like that, click like and subscribe.
And listen to the other 7 episodes.
Yeah, please do.
And
I worked hard on them.
We will respond to your comments. We promise.
We
actually have responded.
Yeah.
We promise. We actually have responded. Do not worry.
We hear you.
And we have. We're going to continue to make more episodes of podcasts. Don't worry. They're probably going to be more frequent now.
If not more frequent, they'll be out when they get out. As much as possible. Like, everyone has shit going on.
Yeah, well, put it this way: since college is basically finished for me, I'm always free now. I have no commitments to anything.
All it depends on for me is what I have planned for the day and the week, and my work schedule.
Yeah, so we'll probably pump out a lot more days, and maybe we can eventually build up to the live podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hope you all enjoyed this episode.
We might do a live Q&A at some point.
Yeah, or a live stream of some sort.
Yeah, something
live
like that.
Gaming stream and whatnot.
Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much the episode. So I've been your host, SB Burgert, and chickens also smell like enchiladas.
Have a good whatever, everybody. Morning.
Thank you, fuck you, good night.
Yeah.